rupees. At the end, I'll give you the breakup of this. But just for initial purposes, let's start with this. Later on, I'll give you the breakup. How much staff required as per the which classes you start. So the more classes you start, the more staff you will require. And primary onwards, class 4 onwards, you would need subject teachers also, martial arts, extracurricular. So the number of staff required will be as per the classes you start. Government approvals are required. You need affiliation from the school board and a recognition or registration or manyata from your state and affiliation from the board. We'll talk about CBSE, ICSE, what are the different boards. Primary school, which means till class 5th, about 5,000 square feet built up area, 8 to 10 rooms are good enough. Investment apart from building is about 10 to 15 lakh rupees. Initial staff required is 1 per class. So you need 1 teacher per class that you have. So if you have starting in class 3, then have the number of rooms, 1 teacher per classes. And for all schools from class 1 onwards, you need a registration, a recognition, ya manyata from your state department of education. For a play school, preschool, Montessori, nursery school, all the same, about 1500 square feet, 3 BHK, ground floor location. Ground floor, safety of children. Upper floors, stairs are risky. Investment in infrastructure is about 5 to 8 lakh rupees on apart from building. Initially, because in a play school, you want to keep the fixed cost very less. You just need 3 teachers initially. 1 teacher, 1 maid, and 1 peon who's also the guard for your school. So with 3 employees, you can start a play school. That means your fixed costs are less. That means your break even will happen very fast. Government approvals are required in certain states like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. So tomorrow my managers will call you up for a time for your state and have a one-on-one session. So don't worry, I'll help you out with that, because every state has different laws. I'll not go state level laws as well. But some of you might have seen this number and saw this finances. Manisha, please questions sub Q&A mein puch lo, no questions in the chats, please. I'll miss your questions. Please, if you have any questions, you're making all the effort to type it up. Please type it up in the Q&A, not in the chats, please. I'll miss it out, right? I promise to you is I'll not finish this webinar until all your questions are answered. Okay, so but if I start taking every question, the session will go on very long. So let me finish this. Some of you, when you looked at this investment, might have felt that this is too much. Bahut zyada hai. Mr. Arora is talking about a premium school. I want to set up don't have this much money, so I'll set up a budget school. I want to give a school set up a school which gives affordable education to children. How many of you feel that is your model? This is beyond your investment, and that is why you want to set up a budget school. I don't BS in the chat box, budget school. Let me help you out with that. A lot of you might say that, sir, I don't have this much money, so ये तो पैसा इतना नहीं सोचा था. I thought कम investment में हो जाएगा. Okay, BS. So thank you. Let me know. So I'll help you out, because you must have seen also, all of you who are writing BS, have you noticed that the budget schools are the fastest to close down as well? Have you noticed that? So why do budget schools, which are giving affordable education, actually the first to close down? What is wrong with this model of a budget friendly school? Let me explain the economics of running a school so that you're able to understand why budget schools close down. See, to understand those of you, let me talk to the people who are already running schools. Those of you who are running schools, this question is for you. When parents come to your school for admission, do they say, I will select your school for my child if you give me a discount? I don't yes in the chat box if that happens. Does that happen? That parents say, "Theek hai, admission kara denge agar aap kuch discount madam kuch kar doge to." I don't yes in the chat box. Yeah. So yeah, see that? Those of you who are not running schools, this is what happens. So why is this happening? Why is this happening? To understand this, let's understand the business of running school. Now I use the word business. Before some of you get offended, let me explain where I'm coming from. When I say business, I mean that your commitment to running the school is the same as a business, as opposed to a charity, as opposed to a hobby. Because when you open a school, you're taking responsibility for your whole community, and you need to have the same passion, the same drive that you have for a business on which your family is surviving. The same commitment should be there for a school, whether or not you want money from the school or not. I don't boom in the chat box if you agree that if you do not run your school like a business, if you do not run your school like a charity, if you run your school like a hobby, like a charity, you're actually doing a disservice to your whole community. Teachers are putting their careers behind you. Parents, children, they're all trusting you. You need to have that same 100% passion. This is not a hobby. This is serious stuff. I don't boom in the chat box if you agree that this has to be run like a business. Right, thank you for those booms. So if you all agree it has to be a business, then let me simplify business for you. I'm an MBA from University of California. I've done my engineering from Delhi University. Business is very simple. Only two strategies work in business. A, you're the cheapest. And that's what parents were asking. But let's understand why this is not a sustainable strategy of trying to give a discount. To understand that, let me show you the next slide. When you run a school, whether you're a premium school or a budget school, let me ask you a question. Does your landlord give you a discount if you're a budget school? Yes or no? अरे आप तो affordable education दे रहे हैं, किराया कम दे देना. Yes or no in the chat box. Does Facebook give you a discount if you're a budget school? Oh, you're giving affordable education. You pay me less money. Does your ad agency, does the Airtel, does the electricity department, does the water department, does anybody give you a discount if you're a budget school? Yes or no in the chat box. Come on, write it down. I know the answer. I want you to write it down so that you don't forget. Yes or no in the chat box. Come on. Does anybody give you a discount first of all? So the only area, thank you for that. The only area where a budget school can save some money in its running cost, not setup cost, but running cost, the economics of running a school, is in the salaries. And since a budget school and a premium school are all hiring from the same area, the salary difference is maybe 5%, 10%, not more than that. So in the overall scheme of things, the running cost of every school in an area is almost the same. And as I said, in business, there are two strategies that work. A, you're the cheapest. And if you're planning to open a new school and go for cheap versus your competition, it will not work. Because the existing schools in your area, they already know how to market, they know how to run the school, they have already paid off their loans, they have built their brands, they have relationships with parents. So undercutting them will not work. So when parents will ask for a discount, let me tell you what is going to happen. Those of you who said, no sir, I want to give budgets, I want to open a school because I want to give back to the community. ये लिखा था ना आपने, when I asked you why you want to open a school, I want to bring better education to my area. ये सब लिखा था आपने. You all said that, and I understand where you're coming from. But what happens when you open a budget school? What do? A lot of people said BS. What they do? They go to the market, they buy some furniture, some equipment, they go to the bookstore, ask him to give you some books, you shortlist some books, and everyone's doing the same strategy. So please understand, this is a very important mantra for business success. I'm going to simplify business is when the customer cannot differentiate, the customer buys on price. जब सब कुछ equal होता है, how do you make a buying decision? On price. When you go to buy potatoes, 3 people are selling potatoes, 15 rupees kg, 10 rupees kg, 12 rupees kg. Which ones do you buy? 10 rupees kg. Why? Because they're potatoes, आलू है, सस्ते लोगे आप. So that's the problem. When the parents cannot differentiate between you and every other school, every other budget school in your area, they ask for a discount because they don't know how else to make a decision for their child. And so what is going to happen when parents will come to you? You might say, no, I will not give a discount. I am already giving affordable education. How can I give a discount? So the parents will go to some other school. They'll go to your competition. Who gives a discount? So next time you'll think, chalo, next time when the next parent comes, let me give a discount. Chalo, kuch revenue aana shuru hoga. So you offer a discount. But what happens? Your revenue is less than expected. Where are you going to compromise? The only area you can compromise is salaries. So what will you do? Hire lower quality teachers. You'll compromise on the quality of teachers because the landlord's not giving you a discount because you gave a discount. So then what happens? Your quality will go down. Next year when admissions come, people come for admissions. What is your strategy going to be? Again, discount. And after 4-5 years, when your money runs out, when you lose patience, the schools close down. This is the number one reason why schools close down, because they are opening schools which are the same. So what is the alternative? What am I suggesting? What is the plan number 2? One is cheapest. It does not work in education. You do not have a cost advantage. Nobody has a cost advantage. I don't have a cost advantage. When Reliance and Airtel were undercutting each other, they both realized that they'll go out of business if they keep undercutting each other. And they both started increasing their prices. Imagine when the richest man in the country cannot use this strategy, there is no hope for you. So what is the alternative? Let me tell you that. The alternative is when you set up a school, set up something like this. When you create amazing infrastructure, the reaction from parents is not discount. Their reaction is, काश हम भी बच्चे होते, Why weren't there schools like this during our time? When you get this emotion from the parent, when they see infrastructure like this, they do not ask for a discount. They go, wow. And that tells them that this school is going to be different. And then they do not ask for a discount. And as an entrepreneur, you feel proud of yourself. But I know, you want to see more pictures? You want to see more pictures? I'll show you more pictures. I know what you're thinking. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. I'll show you some amazing pictures to inspire you for your. But let's first focus on the business of running a school. So what happens is when parents will come to your school, you want them to have this emotion. Kash hum bhi bacche hote. Why weren't this schools like this? And that's what makes you feel good as an entrepreneur, as opposed to give me a discount. That makes you feel this small. हम अच्छा काम करने निकले. What is this? Why are they asking for a discount? So what happens is, please understand. Now you're saying, sir, but I don't have money. क्या करूं? Practically, I understand. Some people just do not have the money. If you don't have the money, then let me give you some help. Here it is. There is I'm going to share this in the chats. Give me a second. Just a second. Where is the chats? Okay. हिंदी में लोगों को कुछ लोगों को बिल्कुल समझ नहीं आएगा रजनीश. अच्छा, so watch this video. This video has 28 ways to raise if you start a school. If you have zero money, you can still start a school. There are 28 ways. ये video को ना bookmark कर लो, बाद में देख लेना after this webinar. Partnerships, government grants, NBFC, there are a lot of government schemes as well. So करना, but please understand, don't undercapitalize yourself, and that is the reason why schools close down. So if you don't have money, rather than opening a secondary school with a government school type infrastructure, change the model to a primary school, but make it absolutely amazing. See, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a little extra. My franchisee who invested 5-6 lakh rupees 20 years back is earning 5 lakh rupees a month today. A month profit kar raha hai wo, because they made something extraordinary. So please don't open an ordinary school. There are already ordinary schools in your neighborhood. The country has lots of ordinary schools. So change the model from secondary to primary to a preschool. But whatever you do, make it absolutely amazing. If you do not do that, there will be no hope. Please save your money. The second option is, one, you change your model. The second option is you change your location. So go to Facebook and ask yourself honestly, look at the pictures of competition where you're going to open, and ask yourself, with the money I have, can I create something better than this? If the answer is no, then please either change the model, or second option is change your location from metro city to tier 2 to rural location. But wherever you decide to open a school, you need to be the king of the forest. I don't boom in the chat box if you agree and are with me here, because that is the only sustainable way to run a school successfully. And when you run a school successfully, then only you bring about change in the community, not by opening a budget school. If you don't have money, please go and volunteer in a school, spend your time over there. Save whatever money you have. Otherwise, whatever money you have, if you have just 2-3 lakh rupees, save it and do something else with it. But a school requires money, because from day one, you will also need to have working capital. Profits may not happen in the first day itself. Yes, we try to do that. Those of you who will be taking our franchise, I'll talk about how you can do it much faster. But otherwise, see, please understand, your goal is not to open a school. Your goal is to run a successful school. So asking me, sir, how much money to open a school is a wrong question. The right question is, sir, with the money I have, what kind of school should I open so that I am successful? I don't boom in the chat box if you're with me, if you understand this, if you're all clear on the business model that we need to set up schools which are absolutely amazing. And I'll show you some more pictures, because beyond that, if you don't have money, this is not something which you can take lightly. For a secondary school, if you don't have working capital for 3 years, mat kholo secondary school, primary school kholo na, please. But make it absolutely amazing. Next year, find an investor. Once you understand the business, you can always scale up. Always start a bit conservative. Next year, always expand, right? So thank you for those booms. So let's get into it now. Let's talk about the different kind of, let's talk about now the pre-launch. So how do you differentiate? The question is, how do you differentiate? Every aspect of your school has to be different. You have to think like Apple and not like an Android phone. Think every aspect of your school. The way you get your interiors done, the curriculum. So you need to decide what you will create. These are the elements of differentiation. Every element will build up to your brand. You have to think, what will I do myself and what will I outsource to a professional to differentiate? If you do differentiate on all parameters, then only people feel you're different. Else you'll become a potato and aloo, and parents will just choose you on price, which is not where you want to go. Okay, so this is your pre-launch checklist. Don't worry, tomorrow my managers will give you a mega checklist, but this is just for you to use now. So now, how to make your school tech smart? Now, while you're setting up your school, you also need to start taking demos of software applications. There are about 13 applications that are relevant for schools in today's time. 13 applications. These are the 13. I've given this list to you and what they do. You should start taking demos. So if you're setting up a school, while you are setting up, start taking demos of these softwares for two reasons. Number one reason is when you it doesn't cost you any money, right? First of all. Second reason is, and of course, when you undertake training from them, they'll show you modules, they'll show you processes. You will start learning best practices for other schools as well. So this will give you free training without any cost. They're not charging any money for demos. But, and also while you're judging them, you have to decide what you feel is value for money for you. If you're a play school, you may not require all 13, you may require only 5 of them. But if you feel the software is value for money, you can take it. If you feel it's not value for money, or later on I'll take it when I have reached a certain level, because the day you launch your school, that is the day maximum people will be coming to your school. You want to set up the first impression as a wow factor to them through technology today now. And through technology, every company has different price points as well. Some of them will charge 100 rupees per month per child. Some company will charge 10,000 rupees per annum flat charges. So every company that you talk to, so in the of these 13 will have different price points. So you need this time to start taking demos, evaluating them, doing a pilot testing. You need time for negotiations as well. So start this process in parallel while your school is being set up. So the budget varies. Some people ask, how much is this software for this software? It's बहुत variation होता है. It's every application is different from Indian to international. But one thing I can tell you is please take backups of your data. This is very, very important. And in my 30 years, I have seen hard disk crashing. I have seen everything happen. I've seen laptops getting stolen. I have seen and more than the cost of fire happening as well, and more than the cost of the hardware, it's the cost of data which hurts people. And data is the new oil. This is what Mukesh Ambani said a few years back in his annual speech. Data is the new oil. Let me give you an example of how important data is. So I think we all remember 2020 when COVID happened. As a franchisor, my role is always to research the best practices in technology, in education, and ensure that all my franchisees have the best possible system so that they can compete with everybody else in the area. So I'm already always in a research mode. So what we done was we were researching that why should learning stop when after 2 o'clock when children go home? Why can't learning continue even after school hours? So we were already researching that. We had done some pilot testing. And what happened in March 2020 when COVID hit, everything went shut down, but we already knew how to do home learning, how to do online learning, because हम लोग एक साल से pilot testing कर रहे थे. So what we did, by 5th of April, we trained all our schools, every teacher on how to teach online. How is teaching online different from teaching in the classroom? We made an online curriculum, told them which tools to use, all of them free of cost tools, so they can run an online program with zero cost. But there was no one looking for a product at that point of time. On 5th of April, if you remember, everyone thought that after lockdown, schools will open after some time, hard lockdown, 1 week, 2 months. Everybody thought it's a short-term game. Nobody was looking for online education for children. So we had a product now, but there was no market. So how do I now get revenue? I have to advertise. Now, how do I advertise? If I advertise, people will say, no, we're not looking for online classes. Abhi to bachcha chota hai and all that. So what did we do? We had the data of students from the last 5 years. We reached out to them, children who had studied from our schools, and said, would you like a free trial of our online program? They trusted us. They knew the quality. They said, sure, why not? Because the child's school was not doing anything. So the parents said, why not? Let's give it a free trial. And they loved it. And many of them continued with us. Many of them paid the fees in their existing school and paid us as well. So because the learning was in our school, they didn't want to lose the seat in that school. And as a result, my franchisees were able to sustain themselves profitably for 2 years. In fact, we had children from Pakistan studying in our online classes, Sweden, Finland, South Africa, UAE, Bahrain, Japan, Singapore, and Australia studying in online classes in my different branches. They could do this because they were doing it. They had the data. But if we did not have the data, I would have to advertise, spend a lot of money. So data is very, very important. So please, whichever company you talk to, please ask them to take backup of the data. Not, the data should not be just on your computer. This is a very important tip. I can't stress how important this is. They'll charge you some money, 10,000, 15,000 rupees per annum. It's worth it. So database backup of your photographs, designs, social media records, all posts, all student records, everything that you have in the school, there should be a proper backup of that. Please start this. So this will help you make your school tech friendly. Also, while the school is coming up, what you also need to do is start the process of hiring teachers. Again, a mistake people do is they say, sir, when I get admissions, then I will look for teachers. No, when you're starting your school setup, please put it outside your school board. Teachers, please share your resume. Put that banner for that. Mention in all your admission open ads, teachers, please share your resumes, because teachers look at the industry. Oh, some new school is coming up. If I'm in the industry, I always look at that. So if you do, that will work for you. That will be free of cost. If you want to pay some money, you can take accounts with job portals like Naukri, Monster, Indeed.com. If you're in a small town, you can give classified job ads, and that will also give you good response. So this is a process of taking interview, right from selection of good teachers. And also please learn the HR policies that are there. If you're a first time employer, you've never been an entrepreneur yourself, please understand labor laws in the country, because you cannot say, sir, mujhe pata nahi tha. So have proper labor laws for all the employees. But how do you keep your teachers inspired? How do you retain your teachers? Because the teachers leave you after some time. It sets a very bad impression on parents. And the way to do it is trainings. And trainings, why should you do trainings? Number one, of course, it keeps them updated on latest things that are happening. But the second thing you can do is, what training does is it inspires the teachers to do that. And when I ask people, why aren't you doing enough teacher training? They say, sir, if I train her, I'm paying her only this much money, sir. If I train her, she'll become this. She'll ask for more money. I don't want to pay more money, sir. So you know what I tell? And that's a big scare why people don't invest in training, that teachers will ask for more money. So what I tell people is, what I'm going to share with you is, I say, yes, there's a 10% chance somebody might ask for more money. There's a 10% chance, I agree. But 90% they will not. But even if she asks for more money, again, the decision is yours. Do you think she's value for money? If yes, you should pay her. If not, let her go, hire the new person. So don't let that fear that somebody will ask for more money be a reason why you don't invest in teacher training. And thanks to COVID, today you can go online and look at the videos of trainers and then choose the trainer that you want. The thumb rule for training is about 10,000 rupees per training that you should. A trainer normally charges for online program. If you want them to come to your school, they'll normally charge extra for travel and boarding charges, but they can be at actuals. But 10,000 rupees is general thumb rule as well. So we also have one of our wings which does teacher training, and if you would like to sign up for that for your school, it's 1 lakh rupees per annum. For our schools, outside schools, and for our branches also, it's 1 lakh rupees that we charge for our. If those schools that want teacher training, if you like our program, I'll share with you if you like to register for that. If you feel that, because we will give you about 40 trainings at the same price as one at this price. So you'll receive a lot of trainings. Let me show you if I can find it out. Let me show you. If you like to know about the lib. So just for example, just a second. Yeah, so this is the training that happened just on 27 June. This is what training was happening. So if you see 28th June, Wednesday, mathematics circle time, lesson plan, unleash your superpowers, artificial intelligence, measuring what matters. So you'll receive a lot of trainings. If you want us to train you, I'll tell you how you want to sign up for that. If something that, but please don't let that scare be a reason why you don't invest in training. It's going to be very important for the quality of your school. Okay, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? How is this session so far? Let me give me some feedback. We've been speaking for about half an hour. How is this session so far? Is this benefiting you? Are you getting clarity? Is it motivating? What is it? Come on, I can't see your faces. Is this good so far? We just started. Abhi start hi hua hai. Full of wisdom. Thank you. Boom. Interesting. Too good. Informative. Thank you. So if you tell me, if you say nice things, oh, thank you for that heart. If you say nice things, it makes me want to give back more. than what I planned in my slides. So that's always more clarity needed. Oh yeah, we're just starting off. Okay, so now a few hearts. Thank you for those hearts as well. So yes, so what's this? So you all said you're getting clarity, you're getting motivated, you're getting knowledge. This is what training can do. You're just attending a training yourself. So don't, you see how you're experiencing, you're feeling now, yes, I can do it. Same thing, your teachers will also feel that they can give your children the best as well. So again, so don't let that fear of teacher training be a reason why you don't do that. And if you want our help, we have a very affordable package. You can get 10,000 rupees, you get about 40 trainings. So 2,500 rupees per training. So it's an amazing package that you can sign up for. Okay, so that's a training. And while this is now the setup charge, now let's talk about operations now. So school setup will happen. I've given the checklist. Meanwhile, start taking demos of IT companies and start recruiting the teachers. You don't have to hire them, make a panel. And as your admissions start happening, you can keep hiring from that panel. It can't happen where you get the admission suddenly and now you start looking, it will be too late. The children, you're not able to handle those children, the parents will complain. So always have a panel of teachers ready, and you should make a note that you liked her and what is her notice period. Is she not working? So she can join immediately, or if she has a short notice period, she can be offered. If somebody has a long notice period of 1 month, of course you can't hire her at short notice. Now let's talk about the operations of a school now. Let's get to the next part of this, the training. Operations of a school. But to understand, before I get into operations, I have a question for you. Every business has a life cycle, a start and an end. Similarly, your school also will have a start someday. If you're not started so far, or you're running a school, one day there'll be an end. Maybe today, after 1,000 years, I don't know. Everything has an end. When you decide the last day of your school, there can be two scenarios. Scenario number one is, I'll not speak in Hindi. मैं हिंदी में नहीं बात करूंगा. Please, बहुत लोगों को हिंदी नहीं आती. आप इंग्लिश सुन लो ना. There can be two scenarios for your school ending. One, the day you decide to shut down your school, you close the gate, you go home, you tell the teachers to look for some jobs elsewhere, tell the parents to take their children away, and you go home. End of story. That is scenario number one. Scenario number two is the day you want to exit. Maybe your family is migrating to Australia. Maybe your children are not keen to take over your project. The day you decide to exit your school project, you find a buyer for your school. That means somebody purchases and takes over your school. If you go for scenario number one, option number one, whatever you're putting in, money, time, effort, passion, everything you're putting in is an expense. Because at the end of the day, the value is zero. If you choose scenario number two, then whatever you're putting in, time, passion, effort, everything is an investment. Which one do you want for your school? Let's understand this. So people are already writing, Anuradha, Jayanti, Vishnu, already writing two. Which one do you want? Because this is very important today. If you want to go to the airport, you go in this direction. You want to go to the railway station, you go in this direction. And along the way, you keep observing, am I in the right track? So what do you want? Because these are clearly two different directions. I'll tell you, I'll help you understand that this is why this is, okay, so everybody says scenario number two. Nita, see, I'm not saying you have to close, but one day there will be a day, maybe 1,000 years from now, right? When dinosaurs will come over again back to it on Earth, or when AI takes over everything, right? So yeah, scenario number two. So that means you want to make your school saleable. So automatically the next question is, what is the condition? No, this is not recorded. What is the condition for a school to be saleable? Can somebody tell me in the chat box? That means you want somebody to buy your school? If a school is saleable, or any business is saleable, it has to fulfill only one condition. Only one condition. What is that? Jitinder, can you change your chat? Some of you are chatting with host and panelist. Change your chat settings to everyone. You know where you're type kar rahe hain? Click on that drop down and change it to everyone, not host and panelist. Amir Sheikh, also your host and panelist. Change your chat settings. Profits, a lot of people are saying profitable hona chahiye. Okay, so let me give an example. There was our franchisee, there was a lady who was in Bangalore. She wanted to open a play school because she was pregnant, and she saw the schools in her community. Her older child had been with us in Shemrock, so she did not find the same quality preschool in Bangalore. So she decided, let me set up a school like Shemrock in my area. She took our franchise. She was pregnant with the second child. She was concerned, where will my second child go? Because Shemrock jaisa school yahan nahi hai where I stay now. She took a franchise. After 2 months after launching her school, she had about 14 children. She was just barely covering the rent and everything. Maybe she was even losing money as well. So she had some complications in her pregnancy. The doctor told her to go on bed rest. So she called up saying, "Sir, what do I do? I can't go to my school and it's a new baby. School is my baby as well. What do I do?" We said, "Don't worry, ma'am." And just like today, you have people from all over the country. I'm sure there's some people in Bangalore as well. So we reached out to some people and said, "Would you like to take over a running school?" And this gentleman was very happy because he did not have to find a location, negotiate with the landlord, sign the lease agreement, sign the franchise, supervise all the launch, the interior works, everything done, teachers hired, launch event done. And he was not starting from 0 children also. He had 14 children on day one. So he was happy to pay that lady a premium, even though the school was losing money. In fact, a lot of companies who raise capital like Zomato, Paytm are still losing money, but people are still investing, still are buying those companies. So profit is not a condition for saleability, those of you said. For people say goodwill, branding, but that is not clear. What you might feel is goodwill and branding, I may not agree with that, right? So that's fuzzy. So let me tell you what is that one condition, and please pay attention, because what I'm going to share with you is something that you will share with your grandchildren also. The condition for a business or a school to be saleable is, pay attention, I'm going to tell you something secret. It should work without you. That means the school should work without you, means it should not be dependent on you. If the school is all in your head, if you are the brand, if you are the system, if you are the goodwill, the day you decide to exit the school, nothing is left in the school. Most entrepreneurs, they spend their time working in their business, not on their business. And when you work in your business, you're tired, you think, oh, I've worked very hard. You're still in the same place. Nothing's going to change. And what happens is, because when you are an entrepreneur and you're working in your business, your time is always going to be limited, and your time investment is limited. So you end up becoming the bottleneck of the growth of your own organization, because time is always going to be a limiting factor. Your time is going to be a limiting factor, and you become the bottleneck of your own organization. Most entrepreneurs don't know that they are the bottlenecks. How much water can you pour from a bottle? As wide as the bottleneck? Where is the bottleneck of a bottle? At the top. If you want to increase the water flow, what should you do? Increase the size of the bottleneck and the water flow will increase. Please understand, the train cannot move faster than the engine. So that means you need to set up a school that works without you. That means you need to set up a school that is systems dependent and not people dependent. If the school is people dependent, the day you decide to exit, there'll be no value left in your school. You will not find a buyer because you are the system, and the day you're out, it's gone. If a doctor has a clinic and he stops coming to the clinic, there's no value left. But if you make a hospital, somebody will purchase that hospital because there is systems there. So you need to set up a school that not only runs successfully, but runs successfully without you. Write on boom in the chat box if you agree that this is your goal. See, most entrepreneurs don't realize that they are the biggest bottlenecks, and they keep wondering, I have 3 employees, sir. I can't get them to work for even one day, the day I don't go to office. If I don't go to office, they don't work. And these multinational companies are paying lakhs of rupees. They have thousands of employees all over the world. There's no owner, and yet they're getting so much work done. What's happening? The answer is systems. And when people think they are entrepreneurs, they are not. Most of them are managers in their own companies because they are forced to work, because their organization only grows as much as the time they spend in. And that is not a definition of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is about having the choice that you work when you want to work and not because you have to work. Because if you have to work in your business, then you're a manager in your business. If you are working because you want to work and not because you have to, can you go on a 2-month vacation from your business? You are an entrepreneur. If not, you're a manager. So if you want to become a school entrepreneur, you need to set up a school where you can decide, I want to go for a holiday for 2 months and nothing should change in your school. And that is a test of an entrepreneur. So I don't boom in the chat box if you're all with me. So now the question automatically is, come on. Let's see how many people understand this very, very important concept. See, please, if you're still doubting, see, am I the only successful school entrepreneur in the world? By no means. There are people who've set up amazing schools all over the world. But why am I the only one with 30,000 subscribers, nearly 30,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel? Why am I the only one writing a Bible of this book Why am I the only one doing webinars like this? Because I have put systems for my schools, system for my own school, systems for my franchisee. So I decide, I do what I enjoy. But most people, the more successful they become, the busier they become. Oh sir, आप तो बहुत busy है. Thank you for taking time out from your precious schedule. I'm like, क्या schedule? You invite me, I'll come over and speak at a conference. So people think that running 600 schools, Mr. Arora must be so busy. No, I'm not busy. I'm writing a book. I'm recording YouTube videos. I'm recording Instagram shorts. This is what I'm doing, because then that's the joy of entrepreneurship, and that's what you need to. So automatically question is, sir, kare kaise, right? No, not question is, okay, I understand it has to be done, but here it is. Now this is why this slide is very, very important. Otherwise, I could have shown you this slide without telling you this importance. You need to understand all these systems have to be created for each of this. This is the operations of a school. Like if you see a car from outside, I've just opened the bonnet and I'm showing you what is inside the school, because you know what a school is, right? 8 periods, principal, teachers, wo sabko pata hai. You understanding English, so that means you know this much. But this is what the school operations are like. So you can take a screenshot as well. But this is what you start documenting. So for example, how will you teach spoken English? Because curriculums all over the world are based on the American and British systems. And these countries don't need to teach their children spoken English, because children already speak English at home. So what do? So our English curriculum, CBSE, ICSE, is all about reading, and you write the exams, you are good in English. They cannot perform in an interview, because spoken English is what is important for life success. And this is what parents want, yet your curriculum is not giving it. So what will you create in-house? What will you outsource? That you have to decide. But the system has to be done. Something you will create yourself, something you can outsource. So these are all their companies which give you all these different systems in different manners. Certain things you can create in-house, certain things you can decide, I'm not going to do it, and I'm okay. So now this is the operations now. So now let's talk about admissions now, because that is the biggest pain point for a lot of entrepreneurs. That sir, bacche kaise badhaye? Once I get more admissions, half my problems, or 90% of my problems are gone for us if you're running a school. So let's talk about marketing a school and how to get more admissions in your school. So to understand that, let's first understand the science of school admissions. People focus on one number called admissions, but it's not one number, it is two numbers. Let me explain what that is. One is number of admission inquiries. Second is what is your lead to conversion ratio. That means leads are people who are saying I'm interested. They fill up a form that on Facebook, on they come to your school in any form, they make a phone call to your school. That is called an admission lead. And the second number is how well do you convert that lead into your admission, which can be how good your brand is, have you taken a franchise, or are you a local school, how good your counseling is, how good your infrastructure is, how good your everything is. So that is your lead conversion ratio. So if, for example, now if you have a target number for a play school, the break even happens at about 40 kids, for a primary school about 100 children, for a secondary school about 300 children. So if you assuming your lead to admission ratio is 25%, then if you want to reach break even in a play school, you just need to get 160 inquiries and you will be in a positive cash flow. For a primary it's 400, for a secondary school it's 1200. This is the math of school admissions. So don't focus on admissions, focus on these two numbers, because the strategy for generating leads and the strategy for improving your conversion ratio is totally different. So don't focus on admissions, focus on these two numbers and find out what the problem is, and automatically your admissions will go up. So how do you increase your admissions? Number one is create visibility in your area. So here is a checklist for you to create local visibility, so that when parents decide to send their child to a school, this is what needs to have. This is the marketing list, and this is the sales list. So when parents come to your school, this is how you will impress them. These things have to be done professionally, designed professionally. Again, I've given you a list of a number at the back is the quantity, and so 10,000 handbills, flex banners, 5 direction boards, at 100 admission open boards. So this way you can source from about 10-12 different vendors will give you all this. You can factor in a budget of about 60,000 rupees for this kind of a marketing to create awareness, and then for awareness, when they come to your school, they will convert into your school. So this will also, we'll give you this in checklist format tomorrow, don't worry. Also, you need to also understand that one of the things you can also do is look for a brand ambassador. Now, brand ambassador, why should you have a brand ambassador? What is the purpose of a brand ambassador? Brand ambassador means that by signing somebody as your brand ambassador, you're getting somebody else's goodwill. So, for example, Just Dial, when they signed up with Amitabh Bachchan, his goodwill of 40 years came to, and everybody started knowing them. So you don't have to hire Akshay Kumar or MS Dhoni. They'll charge you crores of rupees, but you can look for a local brand ambassador, somebody who's an educator, a social media influencer in your area who has a good fan following, and you can think that you can, by having them as your brand ambassador, you can get their goodwill to do. So, for example, we have in Northeast, we are going to sign up Mr. Robin Hibu is joining us as a brand ambassador. Those of you from the Northeast might, have you heard of him, Mr. Robin Hibu? He's the first IPS officer from Arunachal Pradesh. So he came over and let me see if I can find his, yeah. So he's setting up a school and that's, so yeah. So he's a very, he does a lot of CSR. So that's, anyways. So his goodwill will come to us. So this is something where you can think of, look for a local brand ambassador. Okay, let me show you a small video. Can I show you a small video? And there's a quiz for you. Let's see who can answer this.
Sagar Public School, this is yours for 10 points. Here's my question. Shemrock, the oldest preschool chain in India established in 1989, has appointed which cartoon character as its brand ambassador?
Anybody knows the answer? Let's see if anybody can answer this. Write on the chat box if you know what the answer is. Yes.
Your time is up. Do you have an answer? No, they don't. Moving on to St. Joseph's.
Is it a past question? I mean, like,
yes, it passes to you.
Is it Donald Duck?
Is it Donald Duck? No, it's not Donald Duck.
It's eating Chota Bheem.
Is it Chota Bheem? It is Chota Bheem. Good job. 5 points for you. Well done.
Sorry. Yeah. So my friend saw it, and he told me you're on TV, and when I was watching it, I thought, I was scared that what if no one answers it? That'll be embarrassing. But thankfully, somebody did answer that, and Sagar Public School did it. And of course, thank you, those of you who got it correct. Brilliant. So you've been paying attention to the slide. So yes. So, but my franchisees, when they want the rights to use Chota Bheem, they pay 10 lakh rupees per annum, per year, per location. And what is the benefit for them? Let me tell you why. How do they benefit with this association? So every school is doing a summer camp. They are doing the Chota Bheem summer camp. Every school is doing winter camp. They are doing the Chota Bheem winter camp. So it helps them differentiate. So when they do a children's mela, they don't do a children's mela. They do a Chota Bheem children's mela. And as a result, whatever they are spending on advertisement, they get 3 or 4 times the return. And in the advertisement also they use Chota Bheem's favorite school now in, and they mention the area. So immediately children pay attention. Parents also pay attention to the same advertisement, and their return on the same ad is about 3 times. So they're easily able to recover this money. So this is something you can think about, of having a brand ambassador for your school as well. Our franchises pay 10 lakh rupees, but that's again a subsidized amount. If you go directly to Green Gold Animation, they'll charge you much more money. You also need to start setting up digital marketing and tie up with a company. You can set up your website, your YouTube channel, social media accounts. If you don't know how to do it yourself, you can ask them to do 1 month of lead generation on Instagram, Google, Facebook to give you admission inquiries and also give you a system to manage your leads. Because suppose a parent fills up a form today, but when you call him, he says, I'll come next week. So next week, you should get an alert that this person has to be called, else you'll miss out on. So you can factor in a budget of about 50,000 rupees for this. Normally people ask me how much money is required. 50,000 rupees you can plan for this. But if you feel there's ROI, then you continue after 1 month. If you feel it's not worth it, change the company. So the second thing, one option is you can hire somebody. You can also learn from me, because I've been doing digital marketing since 1999, even before Google existed. So I spend about 1 crore rupees every year on digital marketing, testing, trying things for our schools. So if you'd like to learn from me directly, you can join my course. I do a course of where my classes happen every every alternate Wednesday at 3 p.m. So you get, there are doubt solving sessions, live hand holding with my team, and I will share with you the best practices in school marketing designs. So this course is for 2 lakh rupees a year that I charge from our branches or from outsiders as well, because principals always were asking me. So I used to do this. I used to give talks on how to get more admissions. Parents, so principals used to like the 20-minute speech. And after my speech, when I would come down, they'll always ask me, "Sir, we loved your speech. Can you give us more ideas? Chairman sir has spent 15 crore rupees, set up a school. He's made me the principal, sir, but I was a teacher. I took a hoarding for 5 lakh rupees. I got 5 phone calls, out of which 2 were for jobs only. So can you help us more?" So what I did was I made a course for school leaders. This is the only course of its kind. IIM Lucknow has a 2-month course where they're charging 20 lakh rupees, and it's a generic digital marketing course. This is the only digital marketing course in the world for schools. So I will make you a digital marketing expert. I will give you the tools, the templates, everything, so that immediately this money you'll recover immediately within the first few weeks itself. And that's my promise to you. And in fact, okay, let me show you a small video. I'll show you a small clipping of a video from one of our partners attendees who did this course from a city called Kupwara. Does anybody know where Kupwara is? Kupwara. Kupwara किसी को मालूम है कहाँ पर है? I'll show you a small video. I'll not show the full video, a small part of it. JNK, Gajendra, yes, thank you. It's in JNK. Thank you for that. Let me show you this John Muhammad's video. Just listen to what John Muhammad had to say. I'll not share the full video, just listen to this.
It was an amazing year for us, since lockdown.
Did you hear that? He said it's been an amazing year since lockdown. If your sector is in lockdown, can you have an amazing year? He just said you have an amazing year since lockdown. Just listen to क्या हुआ था आगे.
Beginning, we had issues like we were confused how we are going to survive, what we are going to do. Then suddenly Amul sir started these classes. Our mentor, our guru, I would say, stepped in at the right time and gave us the direction how to convert this, this pandemic, these crises into, opportunities. The most challenging part that I felt was, to keep students enrolled. So which especially in pre-primary department. So Amul sir gave us wonderful ideas, tools to work on, and during these master classes, and today I can proudly say that Amul sir's master classes really helped us to gain popularity in the area, and of course increase our admissions as well.
A very big thank to Amul.
So I'll not go through all the video, but Loharda MP, North Lakhimpur, Assam. Saida ma'am launched a new school in March 2020, and she's saying thank you. I'm more popular than my husband. She was running a school virtually only. Srinagar in Garhwal, Guwahati in Assam, Ibrahim Patna. Mr. Samuel has now signed a primary school with us. He's opening a preschool. In Bolangir, Mrs. Neelam Rath was a housewife. Mr. Mihir Jha from Patna, Bhubaneswar, Bangalore. Nanded, Shweta ma'am has signed a second school with us in Nanded in Maharashtra. Barada, Begusarai, Gauriganj, Guwahati, all same results. That people got some amazing results. So this is something that I would strongly recommend, that today before you go, you sign up for this. You can pay a blocking amount of 10,000 rupees. But what really surprised me was in February 2021, I saw this post on social media, which was Shemford Kupwara, admissions closed for all classes. And we called Mr. John and said, Mr. John, what is this? Abhi to is lockdown is going on, and how come you have said admissions closed for all classes? He said, sir, all the schools in Kupwara have shut down. All the children are now studying in my online classes. I'm scared when the schools reopen, how will I accommodate them? My building doesn't have that much capacity. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very important social media post. Admissions closed is a very important. This is perhaps the most important social media post. This is your goal. Your goal is not to open the admissions in your school. Your goal is to close the admissions in your school, because the day you close the admissions in your school, that means your community wants more and more out of you. That means you've given so much that you cannot give them enough. Just write on boom in the chat box if you agree that should be your dream. Your dream should not be to open the admissions in your school one day. Your dream has to be to close the admissions in your school. Just visualize this for a second. Visualize this. You're on the phone. Just close your eyes for a second. Close your eyes for a second. You're on the phone and people are asking for admissions. And you are saying, I'm sorry, I don't have more seats. But you're saying it with a smile on your face. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Everybody, come on. Yes, stop the booms. Let's close your eyes. How does it feel right now? Just visualize this. You're saying no to people and they're requesting you, ek bacha aur kar do. Do the colors look brighter? Does the perfume feel nicer? The wind on your face? The weather seems... How does it feel? Just visualize it for a second. Goosebumps, Preeti? Yeah, this is a visualization exercise. Whenever you face a challenge from today, the day you launch your school, you feel my challenge is too big. Just do this exercise. Spend a few seconds because that's what your body wants. Every molecule in your body will say, I want that. I want that. And you will start finding strength from unknown sources towards opening your school. Whatever challenges are going to come. But this is going to be a very, very powerful tool. Always remember your dream. Don't get muddled with the noise that's coming. And this will give you clarity. You will find answers where you thought there were no answers. Just do this. And whenever you feel that that's your goal, because when you are saying no to admissions, that means you've done such a fantastic job. That means everything I've been saying, you've actually implemented in your school. And that is a day where it's your duty to open one more school, extend your classes, open a second school, add more classes. I don't know. You can give more, but at least reach this milestone. This is very, very important. And the day you reach this milestone, today when you're planning to open a school, you know your closest friends and family are doubting you. How will you run a school? What kind of marks she has? What kind of background do you have? They may not say it, but they have doubts right now about your plans when you've shared that. But when you achieve this, put up this social media post, admissions closed, they'll be telling everybody proudly, you know that school? Kiska hai pata hai? Mere cousin ka hai, my brother ka hai. That is what you want. You want your family members to be proud of you. That is a day when you bring about change in the community. That's when you create social impact. That's when you can be proud of yourself. That is when your family members, your kids are all proud of you. This is the day. This is a very, very important post. Don't ignore this. This is your day you say admissions close. And this is what I want for all of you. So I know that you have the doubts that, sir, but how will I do it? I may not have the right background. So let me help you with that. Because one of the options you have is a model called franchising. Now, what is franchising? Because a lot of people say, sir, franchising is using somebody's name. You are here today. Let me explain what franchising is in brief, and so that you can make an informed decision that should you open your own local school or should you take a franchise of a brand. Let me explain them quickly so that you can, so after today, if it's not for you, drop the idea for a franchise and you can focus on opening your own school so that you're not confused any longer. So what is the definition of franchising? I ask people say, sir, using somebody's name, that is not franchising, that is licensing. For example, I have the license to use Chota Bheem. What I'm saying in this presentation is not the concern of Green Gold Animation. So what is franchising? How is it different? It is different in way the franchisor gives a franchisee the permits, the rights to use the trademark, of course, the license, and the entire operational package, a system so that an untrained person can also run it on a continual basis. Let me tell you how logical it is. It's almost like logical that if you want to buy a car today, you have two options. A, you can go to the market and you can start buying all the components yourself. A steering wheel from somewhere else, wheels, chassis, engine, everything from somewhere else, and you try and make it work. Chances of working are less. Then what will you do? You'll hire an automotive engineer. That person may or may not be able to make it work. If he does, you'll hope that as long as I have the car, I hope he doesn't leave me. If he asks for more salary, you'll have to pay because your car is dependent on that person. And after 5 years, when you want to dispose of your car, you won't find a buyer for it. You have to dump it. The other option is you go to a Honda or Maruti showroom. You know they're there to make money. You know that the car will work. If there's a problem, they'll support you. And after 5 years, you can sell it off. And while you're using it, there's a status to be a part of a brand. So that is what franchising is. Franchising is about specialization of labor. If you're hungry, do you start growing your own crops? No, you go to the market. Does that person who's selling you the potatoes, is he growing the potatoes? No, he buys it from the wholesaler. Similarly, everybody does what they're good at. In a franchising system, the franchisor works on the system, the brand development, creating the curriculum, Whereas the franchisee looks at a local market, understands a local market, and adapts it for that market so that it works in that particular. So it's a best of two worlds. So no one is reinventing the wheel. Let me show you the data also. Let me show you the data. This is from the US Department of Commerce. And this is from US Department of Commerce. This is a success rate of businesses. The blue one is franchise business success. Yellow one is non-franchise businesses. After 1 year, only 62% of non-franchise businesses survive. 38% don't even last 1 year. This is survive, not profit. After 10 years, only 15. So if you're a non-franchise business in the world, your chances of success of survival after 10 years are only going to be 15%. That means there's an 85% chance that you are going to fail if you start, because before you learn how to do it, you'll run out of money. There's a saying that there's no such thing as a small mistake when you're a startup. A small mistake can lead to huge loss of reputation. On the other hand, in franchising, only 3% close in the first year. 97% still survive because a brand does not let you go down. They're there to support you. If a whole is an institution supporting you, your chance of success go up. And after 10 years, your chances of success are 90% that you'll be still in a business. That means by signing one franchise agreement, your success rate will go from 15% to 90%, not 10% improvement, 20%, 600% improvement. 600% improvement. That's the kind of improvement. If your odds go up by 600%, that's what franchising can do for you. So this is a model that is there for you. You can think about it whether this is for you. Can I share what you will get if you take our franchise? Would you like to know that quickly? Can I quickly share that? Yeah, sure. Yeah, and yes in the chat box. So if you take, so again, you have an option. You can start your own school. You can take our franchise as well, right? So can I quickly share that so you can decide whether this is for you or not? Yeah, quickly. Yeah, so we have a lot to cover. Those of you don't, we have a lot to cover, but I'll try and be quick about it. So if you take our franchise, what is going to happen? All this is done for you. So all this setup you have to do for hiring consultants, designing, hiring an interior designer, all this, how to differentiate yourself, all done for you, done by professionals with a proven track record. To hire quality teachers, it's all done for you. Systems are in place, HR policies, we have paid accounts, all done for you. So you don't have to do it yourself. It's all easy to implement. The autopilot operation system, again, all done for you. Something that would take you 10 years to create, you can have it and start running from day one. So from day one, you'll be working not in your school, but on your school. And that's it, because the whole thing has been already, complete system is done, and 4 lakh kids have already studied from these schools. It's been 30 years. It's well proven. And of course, while you're getting the system transferred to you through trainings, my team of painters, carpenters will come and set up and create an amazing infrastructure, convert your house, your property into something amazing, something which will look like this. This is does this look amazing? I don't boom in the chat box. Does this look attractive? Let me show you some more pictures if you feel this is good. I'll show you more if you like it. If not, then we'll not. Okay, some booms are coming. Yeah. So imagine the cost of setup will be less than what you pay an interior designer to do this. You don't have to hire an interior designer, and all the material that you require will be wood, plywood is sourced locally. You will not believe how cheap. Imagine laborers coming and setting up this kind of infrastructure for you. It's the best interior designer cannot do. And it's not just colorful. It's not just colorful. Let me explain. So the books will say, take the children to the jungle. They come here in the jungle area. Farm animals, they come here. So everything is not just colorful. My books are linked to my infrastructure. So it's a complete package. So we can even create a small library for you. STORY, story. A dollhouse. All this made in your school only at a ridiculous price. Imagine laborers who are charging 600 rupees a day are setting up this school for you. A birthday celebration area. Again, everything has concept. Look at this. Unhealthy food, healthy food over here. A birthday celebration area. And this is a classroom. Again, does this classroom look good? If it looks good. And the advantage of this flooring, there are few benefits of this flooring as opposed to normal flooring. One, this absorbs the sound, so there is no echo in the classroom. Secondly, it is anti-skid, so children do not slip. Thirdly, if they fall, this is cushioned, this has a PVC, it's soft, they don't get hurt. So when you tell the parents this, they get impressed with this. And finally, fourth is you can cut this into beautiful shapes as well. See this? I can make any designs that I want. If you saw in the previous pictures also, see this same flooring over here. See this? So it makes it very colorful and attractive. Yeah, Pushpa, how much does it cost? So Armstrong, my architect told me, it was about 270 rupees a square feet plus installation. That was 270 rupees per square feet. I did not go for Armstrong because I am in very small locations, in rural locations. I wanted to keep it affordable. So we looked for a made in India manufacturer who gave me a 10-year warranty. This is not Armstrong. This is one more brand who gave me a 10-year warranty and is only charging me 60 rupees a square feet, including installation. Only 60 rupees. See how much saving we do for our franchisees, from 270 to 60 rupees. So that's the kind of saving. My whole idea always is that when somebody takes my franchise, they will be able to save more money than my franchise fee. Then I'm successful. So you will get the book sets which have all the art and craft material. For example, this is the art and craft book. All the material for art and craft. Parents don't have to run to the stationery market. It's all given in the box. So in small towns, parents feel it's not available in the market. I want googly eyes, I want sprinklers, everything and the hardly it cost me any money. I bought it from a wholesale market. In metro towns, parents appreciate it because even though it's available, but it's convenient. They don't have to go to the market. So you will impress them with this. And how will your revenue go up? We give you the largest market size area exclusively to you. We generate admission inquiries for you. We will do it. Because if you're a brand, you will get more admission inquiries. So because we are doing the hand-holding, we'll give you templates, designs, which will give you more results. For the same investment, you'll get more response from parents. We will be managing your digital marketing, so you don't have to hire any agency. And we share best practices from all the schools. We know what will work. So you'll get more inquiries because of all this. Then when they come to your school, they will convert much better because we have an app to manage the visitors. So they take a OTP, take a picture of visitors. So parents feel this is so wow, this is safe for my child. So you will get that app. We will train you on how to increase your admission counseling. So we'll train you, your counselors, so that you are able to convert more. And because you have our goodwill, the trust comes to you. If you open your own school, parents will ask, why should I send my child to your school? You'll say, sir, because we are passionate, hame acha education dena chahte hain, isliye aap. But if you take our franchise, this is not the answer you'll give. You'll say, sir, because you'll say we, even though you're new to us, we have 33 years of experience, sir. 4 lakh children studied from our schools. We are present in 29 states, 7 union territories, 3 countries. We're opening 1 school every week. We're in the Limca Book of Records for opening the maximum schools in the shortest possible time. We are supported by Chota Bheem, India's most popular cartoon character. We received 19 national awards in 1 year. So imagine the trust that parents have when so their conversion goes up. Then you've not seen a school like this. Your interiors are so amazing. You'll show them the book sets. You'll tell them that if tomorrow you get transferred, the next day the child can go to any of the 600 schools. So the people in transferable jobs, sales people, IT professionals, army professionals, for them it's a no-brainer. They come to us even as soon as the school board comes up. And of course we have our own play schools, we have secondary schools. So secondary schools, they both benefit because after play school, where will the child go? Sir, we have our own 10+2 schools. And if you're opening a 10+2 franchise with us, my play schools will act as your feeder schools. Then you also earn from books. Sale of books, uniform, bags, diary, which we will create and give you. You don't have to create anything, just sell it and you earn the profit from that. Plus, we'll train you how you can earn additional revenue from summer camps, winter camps, daycare as well. Plus, there are 51 additional ways to earn revenue in a school, which parents like, not hidden charges. Parents appreciate that. And my franchises are doing that. So I will train you on those 51 ways so that you can optimize your real estate. This you will not learn anywhere else. Then how are your costs going to come down? My franchise fee is very reasonable, very reasonable. We will help you search for the right property. My managers will not approve a location until we are confident that this is the right location for you. My setup process is very fast. I can set, if you sign a school today, in 4 weeks, I can launch your school. That means interiors, training, your letterheads, visiting card, books, uniform, everything, social media done, 4 weeks only. You will get access to my vendors at crazy prices. They all offer me 10%, 20% kickback. I don't take any kickback. I will tell you, this is a vendor, this is a website, this is a product, this is a discount. My challenge is you will not get a better discount than that, because I'm opening one school every week. The amount of discounts I get are crazy. So, and in future also, when you're running a school, we are a one-stop solution. You need trophies, take the price from us. If you find it cheaper locally, take the design, get it made locally as well. So this is where we help you with that. If you're going for a bank loan, we will help you create a project report, and your chance of getting a loan increase when you take a franchise, and your rate of interest comes down when you take a franchise, because banks know that with a franchise the risk is less. Then when you open multiple branches, you'll get further discounts on the franchise fee. Your salary cost is less. This is something people think that the brands that I have to hire expensive teachers. Not at all. McDonald's does not need to hire chefs. They can just hire from the class 10th and 12th graduates who can teach, who can cook, because the system is there. So, and similarly with the franchise, you are not people dependent. You're not dependent on a particular teacher. That's why your school is running. In fact, unmarried girls, they are ready to work with us for less salary, because of the brand, they will get better marriage proposals. And even married women, if some other school offers them 1,000, 2,000 rupees more, they don't go. Reason being, they say, sir, because I'm with Shemrock, I get more in my tuitions. I earn much more in my tuitions. And being a part of a brand, I'm getting trainings, I'm getting lesson plans, and I'm using all that in my tuitions, and I'm earning much more. Why should I leave everything and come to you? So as a result, my salary costs are less than any other school. Plus you get an app to manage your school as well. And there are no hidden costs. It's a very transparent system. It's a 30-year. In fact, one of our franchisees' daughter has got married to a franchisee's brother. And as a wedding gift, that franchisee, the father, he gifted his daughter a franchise as a wedding gift apart from the car. We've gone on holidays together to Shimla, to Shirdi. At my sister's wedding, there were more franchisees in the wedding than my relatives. So it's a very transparent system. So operations are much easier for you. You get a complete curriculum. You don't have to go anywhere. Everything that is missing in the traditional curriculum we've plugged in the gaps. The full annual calendar, monthly calendar, daily calendar, and systems, documents, so you can run your school without any experience, without any background. And we are constantly researching what are the best things for that are coming into education. So you don't have to worry that will any school be better than me? They'll not be. And for supplies, pick up the phone, take out quotations. And all these departments would be there to give you support. All these people are there in these positions, head of departments, who can guide you on all this. So when you're running a school, you're not alone. All these people are there, and they are not consultants. They want you to be successful because you're using our name. So whenever you need help, pick up the phone, you get the help. So we'll help you launching the school. There'll be a 4-day pre-launch training. For 4 days, you will come to Delhi. It's like an MBA plus B.Ed plus digital marketing, where anyone with no background can now become a school expert. The trainings are for owners. We have trainings for headmistresses, trainings for teachers, training for class 4 employees, trainings for parents as well. So we will do all that for you. If you ever need any help, don't have to pick up the phone, call us, chase us for any help. Fill up a form, tell us what you need, and within 24 hours, 48 hours, your work will get done. I have a department in my office called follow-up. So you don't have to follow up for any requirement. Anytime you want a refresher, you want to see things again, you are free to walk in without notice into any of our franchise head office locations in Delhi and Gurgaon as well. Also, we already have branches at 600 locations across the country, India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. We already have branches in your area. They will become your guides and mentors to help you reach that level of profitability. Plus, we also will be visiting you to help you identify what are the areas of improvement, what you need to do, what challenges you're facing, so that you're successful. Plus, you'll have sessions with me. Today is a one-day relationship. It'll transform into a lifelong relationship with me. And then we have upgradation options. Normally, brands, there are play school brands in India. There are primary school, middle school brands. There are 10+2 brands. We have everything under one roof. So the day you want to go from play school to primary, give us a phone. Next day you become a primary school. Similarly for secondary. And one more important thing, we assist in resale. This is something very unique about us. Brands don't assist in resale because they want, okay, somebody wants to exit, let them close down, I'll sign a new franchise, because they want to earn money again. For me, that is not important. The money is not important. For me, my brand is more important. I want to pass this on to my son. So for me, it's important. Continuity of my school is important. So we help find a buyer for you the day you want to exit. In fact, there are some franchises, what they do is, they know there's an area which has high potential. They open a school there, run it for 2-3 years. It reaches a particular level, they sell it off, move on to a new area. This is what they do, because this is what we assist in resale as well. So basically, you don't need to hire all these people like interior designer, curriculum consultant, not required, web design, spoken English program, sports curriculum. All these people are not required. It's just simple as that. So whatever is missing, we've plugged in those gaps. So it's like everything under one roof. My mother, when you think of play schools today, what do you think of? What image comes to your mind? Colorful, child-friendly interiors. My mother set up India's first child-friendly play school way back in 1989. She's considered the mother of modern day preschooling. And she's because she was looking for a nursery school for my sister, who's 12 years younger to me, because she had seen my primary schooling in England. So she set up India's first child-friendly school. The school did so well that my father joined in for the franchising, and he signed, Dr. Roa signed Asia's first school franchise model in 1981. We created this model of school franchising. And Meenal ma'am and I now look after the day-to-day operations. Of course, she has also received numerous awards, including from at the Rashtrapati Bhavan by the President of India for her role in women empowerment, because 70% of our franchisees are women and 60% of them were housewife, never worked. So she had created entrepreneurs out of women. So, and teachers got jobs, and she was nominated by the Ministry of Women and Child Development for women empowerment. And of course, I have received lots and lots of awards, every possible award for an educational entrepreneur. So for you, what this means is, if you take our franchise, your revenues will be more, your costs will be less, you will save time, your profits will be more, and your risk is less. And that's why so many awards we've got. 1, 2, lots of awards. So there are 3 franchise levels. Of course, this can I share the investment required for a franchise? Would you like to quickly know that? Can I share the financials involved quickly before we move on? So you can again make a decision, value for money. If it makes sense for you, then good. If not, then we can, yeah, quickly. Can I? Thank you. Let's go on. Let's go on. We are about halfway into the session, but we have a lot to cover. Okay, so let me quickly cover this before we move on. We have a lot to talk about. So we'll talk about investment. We'll talk about 3 levels quickly. Preschool level only, preschool and primary, and preschool to senior secondary, right? There are 2 investments. One is an investment in infrastructure, which is this same 1.5. This is the same as any other local school, but the difference is I will make this investment 3x. So if you spend 6 lakh rupees, for example, in your play school infrastructure, anybody who sees it will say at least 20 lakh rupees lagaya unhone kam se kam, because I'll make your money go longer. Same investment, and that will give you returns for years and years. So this is what the difference is going to be. Now let's talk about the franchise investment. We have different options from 1.75 crores to as low as 3 lakh rupees. So you can choose what works for you. Let me explain this. ABC is a secondary school model. Primary school till class 5th is D and E, and for play school it's F, G and H. You can choose which model. International secondary schools charge from 1.5 crore to about 4.5 crore is the franchise fee for international school. Ours is very reasonable, 1.75 crores. For the city model, franchise fees, secondary school is 1 crore rupees for the franchise. For the rural market, we've got a very affordable 50 lakh rupees. For a primary school in cities, it's 15 lakh rupees. In the rural markets, it's 12 lakh rupees. Very affordable. This is what people are charging for a play school franchise. A good play school franchise is charging this much. For a play school, 8 lakh rupees for Delhi, NCR, Jammu, Dehradun and Guwahati. For other cities, it's 5 lakh rupees. And for the rural market, this is very affordable. A new package we've launched for the rural market, only 3 lakh rupees. Now, when the fee is collected, except transportation, books, uniform or security amounts. Apart from that, whatever fees is collected, it is shared in the ratio of industry standard is 80-20. That means 80% for you. So whatever fees is collected, 20% for us. This is for the primary and play school. This is industry standard. For secondary school, it's 88% for you, 12% for us. For the city model, it's 92% for you, and only 8% for us. And for the international school model, it's a fixed 15 lakh rupees per annum. But there are some other charges which normally brands don't show, but I'll tell you right up front. We charge there's a 5 lakh deposit check we take. This is not cashed, it's undated check. It's mentioned in the agreement. The day we decide not to work together, we will return this check to you when you remove our name. If you continue using our name after termination of our agreement, we can present this check. So this is just to scare people into doing something, not doing something unethical. The agreement is for 5 years. So after 5 years, the agreement is signed again. The franchise fee has to be paid. It's a 5-year agreement. Brands normally do a 2 or 3-year agreement and they charge again after 2 years. We do a 5-year agreement. The initial training in Delhi, which is 4 days, is charged at 20,000 rupees per head. So if 2 people come, it's 40,000. This is a very, very powerful training. This will make you a complete school administrator. From the second year onwards, we have an upgradation of curriculum. Every year the curriculum changes. So that is 10,000 rupees per annum. If you also want LKG class and UKG class in your playgroup, so if you're going for F, G and H, this only comes with playgroup, daycare and creche. If you want LKG and UKG, there's a one-time lifetime charge of 75,000 each. I did not include this in this amount because this would have increased the price by 1.5 lakhs and you may not be running those classes also. So what is the point on paying for something which you don't use? Whenever you want to use, you can just pay a one-time fee and upgrade yourself. So if you add up all this over the next 5 years, this adds up to about 3.75 lakhs apart from the franchise and royalty fee. And for primary and secondary, it adds up to about 6.8 lakh rupees plus a check. So this is that's the investment, and you join Asia's first franchise school with and have that kind of footprint, and that'll be you'll be a part of the award-winning school chain. So okay. So should you take our franchise or not? Let me help you out with that. First of all. Okay, forget what I've spoken about in the last 5 minutes. Paisa bhul jao. Forget the money. First, let me help you out. Because this is the same question that parents have. When parents come to your school, you're thinking of one question. Will the parents choose my school? That's what they think. You're thinking, right? Will he say yes to my school? You're thinking of one question. Parent has 2 questions in their mind. The first question parents have is, do they like you? Do they feel this is the right school for their child? If the answer is no, price doesn't matter. If the answer is yes, then what are they looking for? People think cheapest. Cheapest is a government school. What they're looking for is value for money. So the same question let me help you out with that. Should you take our franchise or not? Let me help you out with this. So first question that you have to ask yourself is, forget the money, forget what we talked about in the last 5 minutes. Would you like to partner with us? Yeah, I mean, yes in the chat box. Do you think that with my systems, my motivation, my goodwill will help your school, will help you be a bit extra successful? Do you think you will benefit from our partnership? First, let me help you. Forget the money, forget what we talked about, finances and all. First, write down yes in the chat box if you agree that you would like to convert this from a one-day relationship into a lifelong relationship. First is yes. Because if it's no, then money doesn't matter. If you said yes, thank you for those yeses. Then what do you want? What do you want then? Well, you want the same value for money. If you want a really crazy value for money franchise offer, then write down in the chat box NBO. NBO, no brainer offer. Can I give you an offer which you cannot refuse? Would you like to know what that offer is? Those of you who want to know that, write down NBO in the chat box. NBO, no brainer offer. Because I'll tell you why I'm doing this. I want good learners. My good learners are my good earners. You're here with me for 1.5 hours. I know you're going to be a super successful franchisee with me. Now, I want you as my franchise now. I want to give you my franchise. I want to partner with you because I know you're the right person to partner with. So what can I do to make you my franchisee? What can I give you so that you will not be able to say no to? Would you like to know that? Manjulata Amrendra says NBO, Mohammad Azruddin. I don't NBO in the chat box, so let me give you if I write NBO, I'll tell you what that no-brainer offer. Thank you for that. Okay, so okay, if you say NBO, then this is yeah, just a second. Okay, So this is a normal franchise fee. But for the webinar, it's been reduced to, wait for it. Let me explain this offer for you. For a secondary school, as low as only 29 lakh rupees. And the royalty drops to only 8%, which further drops to 5%. For a primary school, only 6.9 lakh rupees. A play school from 5.9 to only 1.9 as well. You can choose which you want. Let me make it even better. The support fees, instead of 80-20, is now 85-15. Okay, so let me explain that again. So, and look at this. If you take any of these options, A, B, D, F, G, I'm going to give you a lead guarantee option where I will give you 2000 leads. That means if you convert 25% of them, you will reach break even at my cost. I will give you this break even. So I'm giving you the break even. If you want a low cost option, there is one for you. If you want us to take the break even responsibility, for primary school, I'll give you 500 admission leads in 1 year. For a play school, for these two models, I'll give you 200 admission inquiries in 1 year. So if you convert 25% of them, you will reach your break even there and then. IT support, can you please share the links for how to make the payment? Can you please share the link on how to make the payment? So this is absolutely crazy. I promised you an offer that you cannot refuse. Here it is. Here it is. So IT support, this is the link. You can click on this. So your franchise fee has been reduced. Your support fees has been reduced. And I'm giving you a lead guarantee as well. Which package should you take? A to H? You don't have to decide right now. Shashikala, you can choose for rural. You can only pay 1.95 lakh rupees. That's it. That's it. You're getting a premium brand of 35 years at this price. So which package you should take, you can decide later on. Right now, if you want to block this franchise offer, click on this link that my team has just shared with you, and you can pay a refundable deposit of 10,000 rupees. A refund. Why is it refundable? If due to any reason you decide not to move forward, due to any reason, today, tomorrow, after 1 year, you decide not to move forward, this money is refundable. So you can don't miss this opportunity. But this offer is not valid anywhere else. This is valid only right now as long as the webinar is on. So go and click on that link and block your franchise. So you pay 10,000 rupees, Ravi, right now. And whenever you want to start the work in your school, today, after a year, you pay the balance amount for the franchise fee and sign the agreement. So whatever you paid 10,000 rupees, so if you are signing up this model for 3.9 lakh rupees, you pay 3.8 lakh rupees. So you can choose the model later on, but if you pay 10,000 rupees, you block this. And this is absolutely amazing offer, right? So if you want a lead guarantee, I'm taking responsibility for your break even. But let me make it even better. Can I make it even better for you? Then let me make it. For the first 5 payments received today, right now, I'm going to waive off all this. That means no security deposit check. And listen to this. No franchise renewal fees. That means the franchise will be renewed free of cost to you. So what you're paying over here will be a lifetime franchise fee. So go and make the payment. I'm going to waive off. So this means you're getting a lifetime franchise same fee. The training cost I'll waive off. Curriculum upgradation fees I'm going to waive off. Plus if you're taking a play school, I'll give you LKG and UKG complimentary without any charges. So all this is waived off for the first 5 payments. There are about 15-20 people said NBO, more than that. So go and click on that link. Ravi, franchise fee is a one-time lifetime payment. After that, whatever fees is collected, apart from transportation, books, uniform, refundable deposit, apart from that, 85% will be yours to cover your expenses, 15% only is ours. As an offer, Normal package is 80-20. Normal is 80-20. It's be 85. So go and make the payment. But those of you saying need more time, you can take your time. But first 5 payments are going to get all this is waived off for the first. No renewal charge. If you have doubts, please chat with my team by clicking right now. Click on this and chat with my team, because first 5 people are going to get this. You can pay by Google Pay as well. If you want Google Pay, you can pay on this number. Let me give this number as well. If you want to pay by UPI, Google Pay. If you want to pay from Bangladesh, we have a Bcash account. Namita, I'll tell you when the first 5 come in. So that's for the first 5. Okay, let me make it even better. The digital marketing course worth 2 lakh rupees per annum. Yes, I'm going to waive it off for life. You will get a lifetime membership to my digital marketing course. How is that? So go and, that's crazy, right? So go and click. Kavita Google Pay account is, Jayanto, can you share the Bcash account of Mr. Tariq Laksar as well? Okay, more, I'll give you more. Your launch, which you have to spend 50,000 rupees on to launch your school, set up all this with any digital marketing agency. Let me do it free of cost to you. I will give it free of cost. This is worth 50,000 rupees for the first 5. Shashikala ma'am, no, not for rural market, because for rural market I cannot give a lead guarantee because the pricing has been kept very low, and I'm giving you all this plus, listen to this, all this material printed. Would you like that? Would you want all these things with this much quantity, fee structures, transport ID, everything you need for sales and marketing? Would you like it free of cost? Then go and make the payment of 10,000 rupees. It's going to be waived off. I will give all these printed items to you, printed at my cost, free of cost. So please go and make the payment. And this is going to be the first 5 only. If you're the 6th person, if you're the 6th person who makes a payment, you will get this pricing as long as the webinar is on. After the webinar, pricing is this. This is only while the webinar is on. And first 5 payments, when you make a payment, please take a screenshot. If you are paying by Google Pay, clicking on the link. So all this printed material. Okay, let me make it even better. For 2 years, take the license for Chota Beam. So I'll give you a buy one get one, where Chota Beam license worth 10 lakh rupees per annum. I'm going to give it free of cost for 2 years. How much better can I make it? So you now have the rights to use Chota Beam along with our franchise for 2 years. Still thinking, how about I give you all these softwares complimentary, so you don't have to tie up with all these different companies. What if I can give it to the first 5 payments? Would you like that? Everything you need to run your school complimentary, unlimited students. First 5, go and make the payment. Once you made the payment, let me know that you paid. Okay, Manish Taneja, I think no, Ruby 5 have not done. Manish Taneja, where are you opening your school? Where are you planning to open? 4 more people are going to get this offer. Manish has already made the pay. Okay, this training program that we have, we give to schools, including our franchises and other schools. Would you want this for your teachers when you take our franchise? Would you want this? This is a separate wing that I have. It's a separate company, separate department. If you're in the first 5, you know what price you're going to get this at? Not at 1 lakh rupees per annum. It's going to be waived off for you. So teacher training, yes, slots are still available. Slots are still available. Neeta, you can, time is there, but first 5 are going to get something extra. Okay, finally, for 5 people, first 5 people, thank you for your trust in me. I'll have a one-on-one strategy session with you. Would you like me to plan your school project? Whether you want to open this year, next year, whenever. Would you like to do it one-on-one live with me? First 5 people, I'm going to do it. First 5. I have 5 slots in the coming week, and I'll be with you. Listen to what your plans are, and hopefully give my insight on what should be your roadmap. So this is basically the offer. So if you still have doubts, please chat with my team right now. Please chat with my team right now. Let me show you what the offer is. So all these benefits, digital marketing course, 1 month your launch activity, let me do it, all that printed material, a teacher training package for 5 years, the rights to use Chota Beam for 2 years, a one-on-one session, all this adds up to about 40 lakh rupees in value. Now if somebody says, this is the offer and you're getting this much value, it's crazy. I've just given you an offer which you cannot refuse. So once you made the payment, let me know you made the payment so that I can welcome you to the Shemrock and Shemford family. I believe one payment has already come through. Congratulations, Mr. Manish from Rewadi. I'll have you on the first. You're in the first 5. So those of you who have questions. Yeah, Mr. Appasab, we have more questions. So those of you who have questions, please ask the questions. We'll move on. Those of you, meanwhile, if you have questions, you want to talk to our team right now, please talk to my local managers right now. Let me give you this. Let me just check. So quickly. How to pay? Kalyan, you can pay by clicking on this link. If you want to pay by, let me share with you how to do it. Here's the link. I just shared this link. What you do is, open this. Let me open this quickly. So when you click on this link, what is going to happen? This window will open like this. Let me help you how you can do it. So you'll get this amount, 10,000 rupees. It's a refundable deposit. It's a money back guarantee. The day you decide not to move forward, sir, I have not discussed with my family. I have not, take your money back. Please, you take your money. I do public events. I'm on all social media. Your 10,000 rupees is 100% secure. So don't worry on that. So put your phone number, put your email address here, put your name and click on make payment. You can make the payment by net banking. There are about 46 banks here. All the banks in India are here. You search for your bank. If you want to pay by credit card, debit card, click here. You pay the number, you get an OTP. You can pay by them. You want to pay by wallets. There are some wallets here. So different options. So you can pay, and of course Paytm is also there. If you want to pay by UPI, Google Pay, we have a number for you. Shashikala ma'am, rest of the balance you can pay whenever you want. Neeta Jadhav, there are 2 investments in this. One is a franchise fee and second is the investment in infrastructure. That is separate. What you're investing in the infrastructure, I've told you, is the same as any ordinary school. But I will make your investment go longer. You know that wow factor. So you have to spend 270 rupees a square feet. I'll give you 60 rupees a square feet for the flooring. So we will ensure that your investment is in the right place with the right vendors with discounts up to 60, 50%. So that you save a lot of money. People who give you after sales service. So your money will be spent in the best possible manner. For a play school, the investment in infrastructure starts from about 5-6 lakh rupees only. And out of them, I'm assuming you don't have a computer. If you have a computer, if you have AC, if you have RO system, if you already have certain items, that investment cost will come down. We'll talk about the breakup of investment. We'll talk about the investment breakup. Yes, so Maya Shah, the investment is 5-6 lakh rupees, includes everything. It includes everything because that is what we are going to do for you. We will tell you what are the right products, the right discounts, the right vendors, where the quality would be there. There is no Google Pay option in pay. No, Kalyan, the payment pay for Google Pay, you have to IT support. Can you just share with somebody wants to make? So if you're making a payment, please take a screenshot. But people are making on different platforms. So this is, let me just share again. IT support. This is the number. If you want to pay by Google Pay or let me share that. This is again. Yes, thank you, technical support for that. So once you've made the payment, let me know you've paid or take a screenshot. Share with my team on WhatsApp, please. Okay, let's see. There are some payments that have one payment. Reena CH, your payment has failed. Please try again. Satya Surala, your payment has failed. Please try again. Arvind.Vistara, your payment has failed. Please try again. You tried again, I think, Arvind. Irfan Khan, your payment failed. Please try again. Vikas Dutt, your payment failed. And Kalyan Pesala, your payment failed. Satya Surala, you tried again. Irfan, you tried again. Kalyan, you tried again. Arvind, you tried. few times. Naresh Therapelli, your payment has failed. Satya Surala, you tried again. Okay. Gajendra, you paid. Congratulations. So I'll just check. We'll just check. So those payments were failing. I can see those because only a few are left. Any questions about the offer before we move on? When will be the new session, Muhammad Azruddin? I can't say. You will have to check with the team. Again, if you want to get informed, what I can do is you can join this group. Let me just share this. You can join. Because we have a group where we keep updating new. I keep doing webinars on different topics also. You can click this and join this WhatsApp community. You'll also get a special discount to join when my book comes out. So join this community if you've not done it, and of course subscribe to my YouTube channel. Anyways, so those payments who are failing, please try again because you'll miss out on the top 5. It always happens. Gunjan Yaduvanshi, your payment failed. Please try again. What's Arina? I don't know what's the problem to make the payment. Arina, just chat with my team on WhatsApp. If you have any local questions, where are the branches in this city, that city, please chat with my team on WhatsApp right now. And what is going to happen is by clicking on this link, this will start a WhatsApp chat and we will direct you to the manager for your state who can guide you with, if you have any local questions, fees kitna hoga, kahan branches hai hamari, chat with them right now, chat with my team right now, they'll help you out. Okay. Any questions? Maya, I've answered your question. Any more questions? Because I can then in our area deposit is too high. Maya, then yes, you have to look for an area where the rents are reasonable. Let me see the Q&A quickly before we move on to the next section, which is it's a zero risk. If some of you are still thinking it's a zero, you have nothing to lose in this offer. I cannot give you a better offer than this. So we'll talk about investment and ROI. But before we begin, I just want to quickly see if there are any questions quickly before we move on. We have 3 points to cover. Zoom said, I am from Warangal in Telangana. Whether it's okay? Yeah, you can. We have a manager who's based in Telangana. He'll help you out. Bhardwaj says, I want to start as primary school in 2024, but want franchise from 2025. Yes, Mr. Bridge, you can make the payment now. Whenever you want, there is no time limit. Faisal, can we start in rural areas? Yes, you can. This is in the Q&A. For preschool, should there be a Montessori curriculum? Samil Popat. Montessori is not enough for today's world. If somebody is saying they're running a Montessori system, it's untrue. Today's parents don't want. Montessori system is a very child-driven system. Parents want child to reach milestones, which a Montessori fails in this. People are using the word Montessori, but they actually mean nursery school system. Okay, some questions are coming in the chats. Okay, sir, you said you'll be talking about how to raise money to start a school. Shashikala, yeah. Shashikala, for that, I have actually a video on, let me share this link with you. I'll not be covering that. But this should be the link. Okay, Vikas has paid. You said, let me check. Amita is from Himachal. Sahid Mia is from Tripura. Where is the branch? Ajay, are you there? Some questions are coming about local questions. Ajay, are you there?
Yeah, good evening, sir. I'm there.
Where is our branch in Tripura? Mr. Sahid Mia is asking.
Sir, it's in near Ramnagar.
Okay, so thank you for that.
We have opening for Agartala and Tripura as well.
Okay, thank you for that. Sagir, there's a question. Bihar mein branch kahan hai, Sagir? In fact, Mr. Amrendra, Bihar mein to we've had our franchise since 2001, and the lady who's running our branch in Boring Road, Patna, is Mr. Lalit Modi's bhabhi. Mrs. Modi is running our school. Of course, that time Mr. Modi was not a popular person. Sagir, yeah, Bihar mein
We have a good number of branches in Bihar. Sir, Patna 9 branches, Begusarai 2, Mirganj 1, Muzaffarpur 1, Ara 1, Darbhanga 1, Katihar 1, Nawada, Gopalganj, Bettiah. These are the areas we have already covered. We have two separate branches in one is in Patna and one is in Muzaffarpur, sir. Total in we have 20 plus branches in Bihar, sir.
ठीक है. Mary, where is the branch? Mary, I don't understand. Neelam, the session is still going on. We are not finished yet. We're not finished yet. Can we open a franchise outside India? Yeah, Kausar, where are you interested? Because we have branches already in Bangladesh and Nepal. We are about to finalize in Dubai. We have received franchise agreements from Liberia and Namibia. So we're already expanding in sub-Saharan Africa as well. Muhammad Azruddin says in Rampur. No, we don't have a branch in Rampur abhi. Kausar, where in the Middle East? Because we are in talks with KHDA right now for Dubai because we are going through the approval process for KHDA. So we have a franchisee opening a branch in Dubai. Manish, you wanted to have a word? Manish, abhi baat karta hu. I'll just unmute you in some time. Is it profitable? Amrinder, our franchises have been running our franchise in Bihar. हम लोग बिहार की presence हमारी 22 years से है. Okay, in Saudi Arabia. So the difference is, Mr. Imran, the royalty is not 15% in the Gulf countries, which I talked about. The revenue share is not 15%. In the Gulf countries, it's only 8%. So 92% remains yours. Same for Arith for Nigeria. It's a 92% for you, 8% only for Raj Sudhir in Chennai. We've just recently signed a school, which is a school which was a state board school. Their numbers were coming down every year, and they converted their pre-primary recently into our franchise, and now they have a waiting list. And they are now recommended other state board schools in Chennai to convert their pre-primary wings into ours, and they'll be slowly upgrading their school to primary along with our franchise. So the school that parents were going away from because of increasing competition suddenly now has a waiting list. Sagir, where is this branch?
Tiruvuttur, Chennai. Tiruvuttur area, Chennai.
Okay.
Tiruvuttur.
Chandrika in Doha as well. Same thing. If you're opening in Doha, the royalty would be 8%. For us, 92% would be yours for Middle East. Do we have in Vijayawada? Arit, the thing with Nigeria is we've already registered a local firm in Nigeria because as per Nigerian laws, we have already opened an account also in Nigeria because that you can transfer the money to a Nigerian account because we have started the process of franchising in Nigeria as well. Do we have in Hyderabad? Neetu Singh says, do we have branches in Hyderabad? Saga, Praveen, are you there? Can you unmute yourself?
Sir, good evening, sir. Yes. Sir, we have 14 branches in Hyderabad local.
Okay. So,
yes. And we have a franchise in Vijayawada also, Ibrahimpatnam. Somebody asked in the chat.
Thank you for that. Saeed says, do you have in Tumkur? I don't think we have in Tumkur right now. Salem is urban or rural. Indra, you can choose whichever model you want. You want an urban model, you want a rural model. The urban model, you get a lead guarantee. If you don't want that, you can go for the rural model. Right. So what is the estimated fees? Good question. What is the fees that parents can choose? So how we do it with our franchise is, when you take our franchise, we will ask you to research the nearby schools in your area, other local schools, other branded schools, and based on that, marketing department will help you create a value for money, a no-brainer offer, so that whoever comes to your school is impressed. Same thing I did with the webinar, and you give them an offer which they cannot refuse. That's how you sell. That's how you convert people. Because when you tell people, I'm here to help you. When you go tell people, counsel parents with the intention not for taking their money, but because you can help them, because you believe in the shemrock and system, not because you want their money. I always tell our franchises to be at the front if possible, because when you tell parents that you are there because you want to help them, not because you want their money, people can see that. Just for example, this session that you are hearing, we are We have 1 hour to go. If my staff could also have done this, but do you think it makes a difference that the person behind the show is speaking? Does it make a difference that I know I'm here because I know I can help maximum people? So the same thing, my intention is not for 10,000 rupees. It's refundable. You want to take your money back, take your money back. But when you saw that honesty and sincerity, you saw the passion with which I'm doing what I do, you felt I'm the right partner for you. Same thing, when you take our franchise, we'll ask you to create that really amazing value for money offer so that anybody who comes to your school will be impressed. So the fees decided by local factors, and the final decision for the fees is on you. So we'll talk about, if you're not taking a franchise, how to have the fee. I'll talk about it later on. Is there a branch near Moradabad? Is Manish there? Manish, are you there? I think our manager for UP, his mother is not well. So Manish Dubey is the person. सागिर, आपको ध्यान है मुरादाबाद के पास ब्रांच कहाँ पर है, या अमन आपको याद है?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember मुरादाबाद के पास? is a question कि मुरादाबाद के आसपास कहाँ ब्रांच है हमारी?
Sir.
बरेली में है हमारी?
Yes, sir. बरेली में है, sir.
Okay, so yeah.
बरेली में है, sir.
निशा, आपको पानीपत में खोलना. Okay. For Amita, how much investment will take for primary? So about 15 lakhs for the infrastructure and about 6-7 lakh rupees for the franchise. About 20 lakh rupees में आपका primary हो जाएगा. Arvind, you've paid? Okay, let me check. We'll give offer then and there. Or thank you, sir. Branch in Mumbai. Neeta, yes. Aarti, where are branches in and around Mumbai?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, we have branches in Mumbai. We start from Navi Mumbai. So in Navi Mumbai, we have it in Dombivli, we have it in Taloja. Mumbai, we have it in Badlapur, Belapur. So these are the locations.
Gurugram, Reena, we have branch. The pictures I was showing you is in Malibu town, sector 47, Gurgaon. Reena, and of course we have New Palam Vihar. We have one more branch in sector 47. We have 1 or 2 more branches. We have about, I think, 4 branches in Gurgaon. Branches in South Delhi. We have right from Jorbagh to Lajpat Nagar to where do we have this New Friends Colony. So we have branches all over. In fact, one of our branches in Faridabad is which is on near Chamwood village, takes children from 5 kilometers inside Delhi from right up to Mathura Road, because they reach a strength of 350 children in their play school. That's how much they reach. So they have a large area that I have to give them. So yeah, so Nisha, yes, we have a branch in Panipat. It's a very old branch. Shubhangi, branches in Pune. Aarti, branches in Pune. Shubhangi,
yes, sir. It's Lohika, Vishrantwadi, Chakan, Nigri, and Chikli.
Yeah, and Prabhakar Reddy. Praveen, can you just give a list of names of schools? Which area in Hyderabad? So Prabhakar Reddy wants to know quickly. So I think 1 or 2 payments are left. I'm hearing some people saying paid. Please, if you're still thinking, go and make the payment. Okay. Yes, we can open a secondary school in Patna. Sanjay, yes, we can do. खोल सकते हैं हम लोग in Patna, because bigger cities can have more secondary schools. And so you can pay 10,000 rupees. You can have a discussion with me. If you decide we can, if your place is near our school, तो नहीं कर पाएंगे. अगर distance ठीक ठाक है, आपस को फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, then we go. So Praveen, you are ready? Branches in Hyderabad. Preeti, how much does cost in West Delhi for primary and primary? About 20 lakh rupees. Preeti, Sagir, questions. Any branches in Trichy, Tamil Nadu? No, we don't have, right? Nagpur, Aarti, do we have a branch?
So Nagpur, we have one booking from Bhandara, and close to Nagpur, we have it in Damangao.
Okay. Gajendra Jaiswal, what are the classes in playgroup? If you've taken under the offer, you will get playgroup, nursery, KG. Before class 1, all classes are included in today's franchise offer. We are okay. Raj, you've paid under Sharmada name. Okay. Kalyan, I only have access to Google Pay, but the number you shared did not work to me. Kalyan, can you please chat with my team? I think they'll be better able to help you. Sitting in a webinar, I cannot help you live. Just chat with my team by clicking this link that I'm going to share with you. It's the best way. WhatsApp is the best way today to communicate. Copy, and let me just paste this just a second. If any of you have questions, local questions also, please chat with my team. Talk to my managers right now. If you, do we have any branch in Tamil Nadu? Yeah, we have 13 branches in Tamil Nadu. We have a branch in Bhopal. I don't think, Amrita, we have a branch in Bhopal yet. Okay. Yes, Sagir, thank you for that. We have Tamil Nadu, we have Chennai, Vellore, Vanyamwadi, Coimbatore, Kanyakumari, Dandikul, Salem, Karur. Praveen, are you there? Mr. Vakar Reddy is asking Nagarcoil also. In Hyderabad, quickly before we move on, we have to move on. We have a lot to cover. See, if you still have doubts कि मैं कर सकती हूँ ये कर पाऊंगा, let me see. Okay, let me show you some examples also. This is Preeti ma'am, opened a school in Shimla, housewife, no work experience. Today I don't have any more availability in Shimla. And you can see, let me go back. You can see that's my picture over there at the back with the ex Chief Minister of Delhi, Mrs. Sheila Dikshit. This is Mr. Bitta, who's a family friend, giving us an award. This is Mr. Inderjeet Singh from Ambala, a farmer who set up a play school with us and went into secondary school. The school now has more than 1,000 children now. 1,000 children, and a farmer property dealer started a play school with us. Ma'am opened a school in Tezpur. First year itself went into primary. The response was so good. Ma'am opened a school, and today a housewife is running a play school with 150 children. She has started a second school, and this time she's opened a primary school in Guwahati. Also, this year itself. This gentleman opened a school for his wife, Bhavna ma'am. He has a big business of granites in Jalore, Rajasthan. And he wanted to keep his wife busy. He said, sir, for his wife, Bhavna ma'am, and his sister-in-law, Rachna ma'am. He said, sir, they are now more famous than I am in Jalore, Rajasthan. Priyanka ma'am opened a school with his 9 children in Jorhat. It's the #1 school now in Jorhat now. And again, a housewife. Mr. Sanjeev Rath, medicine trader, no background in education. He's running a campus on a 10-acre campus with our support. No background at all, remotely to do with education. This is John Mohammed Bhatt. This is a picture when he came for a teacher training, when he started a franchise. He came with 2 of his teachers. See, they won a lot of certificates, prizes, and see, lots of teachers come for the trainings. So this is what, and he was able to do this with our support. So now is your chance. So make the go and click on that link. Here's your opportunity. Okay, some questions. I think area is very expensive in Delhi. Preeti has 20 lakh rupees is enough. Yeah, Preeti, you have to, if you're looking for West Delhi, आपको ढूंढना पड़ेगा जहां पर rentals कम हैं. So you know areas like Vikaspuri, Janakpuri, these are areas. I think you said West Delhi, right? These are the यहाँ पर rentals कम हैं. मतलब don't go for Panjai Bagh, for example. Go for Kalyan. You finally made it. Congratulations. Manish, what next? कोई बात नहीं, थोड़ा सा patience रखो. Let me just see, help out the people who are. Then we'll move on to the investments. बहुत questions investment पे आ रहे हैं. Arvind, your payment failed. Please try again. Your payment failed. I think. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see if I can show you this. Okay. Because I think one or two more people are going to get the offer. So Arvind, your payment failed. Gunjan, Naresh, Arvind, you tried 2 times. Kalyan, your payment now has come through, I believe. Satya, Irfan, Vikas Dutt, Arvind, Irfan, Vikas Dutt, Arvind, Irfan, Arvind, Satya, Reena, and yeah, this was the payment attempts made. So please, I think 1 or 2 people are going to get the offer, and here's your last opportunity, because then we move on to the Arvind. You paid by Paytm now. Okay. Hyderabad, Praveen, are you there? Praveen, can you help out? Are you chatting?
Yes, yes. Somebody, client is giving a call to me, sir, chatting with client.
Prabhakar asked you times. Hyderabad mein kahan?
Yes, sir. Already we have 14 branches in Hyderabad, Prabhakar, sir.
Name
so the location names is Uppal, Boduppal, Vanasthalipuram, Dilsukh Nagar, Sarur Nagar, and comes to this IT area. We have in Kokapet, Kismatpur, and Nallagandla, Kukatpalli, Miyapur, Bachupalli, Bodangpet, and coming soon in Gurramguda and Astinapuram.
And yesterday, the people we met?
Yes. Yesterday we have booked the 3 slots in Hyderabad. Manikonda, Madhapur, and Kondapur.
No, wasn't it Gachibowli where they're opening yesterday the 3 partners?
Yesterday, yes. Gachibowli, Kondapur, and Madhapur, they are blocked.
Yeah, block those places. Yeah. So, right, Mr. Potter, sorry about that delay. Praveen, you can get back to your phone call as well. Okay, let's move on. So I hope I've given the confidence everybody and go and make the payment. Let me check. I think we've got two more payments have been confirmed with my team. So please do. So two more people are going to get the franchise now. Okay, so let's talk about investment. Meanwhile, let's talk about the investment for different kinds of schools. I talked about how to plan your investment. So investment in a school goes into different heads. One is your infrastructure, one is into your interior work, building a school, into safety like RO system, CCTV camera system. See, if somebody saying you can set up a school in 50,000 rupees, it's not possible. Even the CCTV system will cost you about 40,000 rupees today, and you cannot open a school without a CCTV system. It's not just because of government; it's for your own safety. If something goes wrong in the school, how do you prove your innocence? If you have cameras, are very, very important. So this is where the breakup of investment is. In sports or play equipment, if you're a play school like julas, swing, slides, hiring of teachers, training of teachers, all these costs come down when you take a franchise, because a lot of these things we'll be telling you where to source, how to invest your money. We'll be doing a lot of things for you. Initial marketing will be doing for you. You have to invest in stock of books and uniform, training, teaching aids, toys. Some of you may decide to have your own school transport also. So this is where the investment goes. Now let's talk about the different kinds of schools as well, right? So we'll talk about the play school, Montessori, preschool, nursery school, creche, daycare, childcare, all the same. We're talking about 3 BHK, 1500 square feet to 2200 square feet. It should be on the ground floor for children's safety, because parents are scared when they see schools on the upper floors. We're talking about children from 2 to 5 years of age, and government approvals are required in certain states only. Second model is a primary school. So primary school, you need about 8 to 10 rooms, 5,000 square feet. You can be on multiple floors. The investment is approximately about 15 to 20 lakh rupees on apart from building. You need to get a registration recognition done from the State Department of Education. So this is mandatory for anywhere in the world. You have to do this. For a secondary school, but one mistake people do is they say, sir, I have 8 rooms, so I should start 8 classes. That's a big mistake. Don't do that. Classes increase your capacity, but classes do not impress parents. Classes do not impress parents. What impresses parents? Can somebody tell me what impresses parents? Anybody wants to answer that? Come on. You should not be tired. I'm the one who's been speaking. What impresses parents? Infrastructure, right? Correct. Activity areas. Yes. So art room, activity. See, if you say my curriculum is the best, parents don't believe that. They don't understand that, because everyone is saying my curriculum is best, my teachers are good. Why will parents believe you? Every restaurant owner says my food is the tastiest. So you have to show them facilities. You have to make them believe. You have to show them that you're going beyond the ordinary classroom. So things like activity room, a library, robotics lab, science lab, math lab, this all tells the parent that your school is different. But then should you convert all your 10 rooms into these activity rooms? No. There is a thumb rule of school design, which I'll share here. The thumb rule of school design is, when you design a school, 80% of the rooms should be classrooms, 20% should be activity rooms. So if you open a secondary school, you have 50 rooms, make 40 classrooms, 10 labs. If you're opening a play school, 3 BHK, 3 bedrooms become the 3 classrooms. The common area becomes the drawing, dining, common room, activity room. So again, 80-20. For a primary school, you have 10 rooms, make 8 classrooms, 2 should be multi-purpose rooms. So one room you can have as a hall. That can be your music room, dance room, singing room. The other room can have furniture. That can be your library, robotics lab, computer lab. So this tells the parents that their children will learn beyond the classroom. So remember this rule of 80-20 while designing a school. You should not forget this 80-20. This is the same industry ratio for royalty also. 80% for the franchisees, 20% for the brand. But as a webinar only offer, you're getting 85-15. So if not made the payment, go and click on that link and make the payment. And of course, for a 10+2 school, you have to first start with the first question is, which board are you going in for? Are you going in for the international board, which is IB or IGCSE? Are you going for the national boards, which is CBSE or ICSE? Or are you going for the state board schools? So which board are you going for? Based on the board, that will determine your target audience. And based on your target audience, you will decide how much to invest. So that will all be determined by the first question, which board are you going in for? And so based on that, the cost of construction will be determined. So of course, if you're going for an IB school, parents' expectations are the highest. So your investment has to be high as well. If you're going for a state board school, your investment can be the least possible as well. So that will determine. And then you normally the minimum is a cost of construction starts from today about 1,000 rupees a square feet. So first phase, you should build about 15,000 square feet. You should build in phases. One, otherwise you're blocking your money, especially if you're taking a loan, the interest will start. Secondly, if you construct too many rooms, parents see empty building, they think abhi to bahut seats hain, baad mein aa jayenge. So you need to have only 15,000 square feet in the first phase. This is good enough for about 300, 350 kids. When you reach that stage, you build the next stage. Go stage by stage in a secondary school. So if you're assuming 15,000 square feet, bare minimum cost is 1,000 rupees a square feet. So 15,000 into 1,000 rupees a square feet means 1.5 crore rupees for the construction in phase 1, out of which you can get a loan for 2/3 of the amount. So 1 crore you can get a loan, 50 lakhs you still need. Apart from that, you will need money for change of land use, getting your layouts approved, getting all permissions from the government, and also you need working capital. So at least land plus 1.5 2 crore rupees is required if you're opening a secondary school. Else, if you don't have that much money, open a primary school with 15-20 lakh rupees. Next year, you can always upgrade yourself. So always choose the model that is right for you. Don't stretch your budget in terms of having to over-invest yourself, because running out of working capital is a very big reason, very common reason. The school is growing. I see so many times the schools are growing, enrollments are picking up, but before they could have reached the break even, they run out of money. So don't let that happen to you. Go conservative with your spending and be smart with your investment. Okay. Okay. Now I have a question. Let me see. Any questions? Any questions? Let me see if there's any questions so far. Can we choose any board without any experience? Kalyan, you have to choose. You're opening a play school, I'm assuming, right? In Mumbai, right? So if you're opening a play school, the board comes at class 9th level. Before that, doesn't matter. You can always say what primary. Yeah, so primary, the board doesn't come into play. You can say I'm using this curriculum. So if you're using the NCERT curriculum, you'll say CBSE. If you're using ICSE books, you'll say ICSE. And of course, that depends on your local area, what parents want. So Sanjay, अब मैंने आंसर कर दिया आपको. 15,000 स्क्वायर फीट. पटना में आपका लैंड कहाँ पर है मिस्टर संजय? Which area in Patna? Quickly. Any more questions? Meanwhile, let me see. Is there anybody? Let me check some payment failure or. Okay, I think we got some payments through. Let me see if. Okay. Ra Krishna Nagar, is it? Sagir, ये कहाँ पर पड़ेगा? And Mr. Arvind for Gurgaon. Gurgaon में which sector, Mr. Arvind? Is there any government registration for play school in Maharashtra? Yeah, Pranjali. So our manager Aarti will speak to you and give you that information. Arvind, sector 57 is your school. I need to open sector 55. Arvind, I'll have to check the distance approach. I'll have to see if it's possible, and if we can give, be happy to. If it impacts them, see, it's about. See, how much does a franchisee get impacted? Now, I told you in Chamwood village in Faridabad, I have a branch, and if you know where the Delhi border is, where Delhi starts, we had a franchise inquiry from that part of Delhi, although it's different district altogether, right? Different state, but children from that area were all going to my branch in Chamwood village. So I had to say no to them because they were getting, a lot of children were going there. So it depends on what number of kids are going from there to our branch. If it's, and the advantage with sector 55 is, where because we are in sector 47, our secondary school in Malibu town, your school can become the feeder school for us. So there could be a potential where you can act as a feeder school for Shemford also. So we'll talk about this. So in fact, okay, you know, so why come on Saturday to Gurgaon? Aajo Saturday ko. We're having a event that day, and I'll be coming to Gurgaon on Saturday. So can you want to meet there? We can have a meeting, face-to-face meeting there if you want. Okay. You're already running a play school. Okay. तो वैसे बच्चे भेज दो शेमफोर्ड में. What name? If you want to start through bank loan, will your team guide us and can we repay them on time? Faisal, somebody asked me about bank loans. So when you take a bank loan, we will help you prepare a project report. So we have our own contacts, our own agents. So what I tell people is apply to maximum number of institutions, NBFCs, as well as banks. I did share a video. If you've not seen the video, let me share it again. Copy link and okay. So click on this link. This has a lot of options for funds. कहाँ से आ सकते हैं? And we will also help you get the funds. And my whole aim is that you are able to get a yes from multiple institutions so that you can negotiate and get the best possible rate for your school when you want to open a franchise with us. Okay. Naresh in Kotapet, Hyderabad. Naresh, can you chat with my team, please? What is the question? I don't understand. Do you have a school in Sagir? Do we have Behrampur mein branch hai? Mr. Arvind, what name is, they're trying to cash on the DPS brand, right? So I don't want to say anything beyond that. So okay. So yeah, Praveen says Kotapet you can open. About Zoom user says please share short information about pre-primary. What would you want to know? Is there any branch in Hassan district? Praveen, I don't think we have a branch in Hassan, right? And Mr. Sanjay, we have a branch in Kankad Bagh and Sampat Chowk. How an education trust works, Apeksha, I'll talk about that. Trust and society, we'll talk about, Apeksha, okay. Mr. Prabhakar Reddy, Praveen, can you share your number with Mr. Prabhakar Reddy? He wants your phone number. No,
Yes, sir,
Nita,
I'm sharing that. I'm sharing.
thank you. Nita, no, we don't. There is no qualification required to open any kind of school. Somebody says, I have 2 acres of land in Ramakrishna Nagar, Patna. Existing Shemrock is 3 crore. Yeah, but yours will be a Shemford, yeah, Mr. Sanjay. That's a different brand. So Sanjay, Shemford we can open. That doesn't. What we have in 3 kilometers away is a Shemrock, right? It's a preschool. Okay, so next you're traveling. ठीक है. आप Akash, can you share Manish's number with Mr. Arvind? वो Manish, Akash, can you do that? Can you see Mr. Arvind Kumar is traveling? So just share privately Mr. Manish number. He's based out वो गुड़गांव में ही है. आपसे time fix कर लेंगे जब भी आप हो. And I am also coming to Gurgaon. We'll fix up a meeting. Neetu, you want a number of Praveen, sir? Okay, so and yeah, ठीक है. चलो, let's move on. Okay, let's move on. No more questions. If I think we got 4 payments have come through now finally. So one more payment is going on now. Last one in the offer. Okay, 5-6 years I'll open. Okay, Jayashri, qualification for principal for a CBSE school there are requirements, but for a play school there are no requirements. Okay, right. So my question to everyone now. My questions. Okay, let me now questions over. Now I give you a chance to ask questions. First question. How long have you been? Let me help you now. Remove your roadblocks in front of you. I'll answer some questions on trust and society. That's a specific question. I don't know how many people are interested in knowing about that. Let me answer that. But first of all, first question is, how long have you been thinking of opening a school? How long? Let me know in the chat box. Difference between Shemrock and Shemford. Mr. Rajdev, so Shemrock is our preschool and primary school brand in cities. Shemford is my 10+2 brand, right? It's my secondary school brand. And Shemrock is a city brand. Shemford Little Stars is my rural model. So I've got all my schools under either of these 2 banners. 2 years, 5 years, 5. Come on, लिखो 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 लिखो. कब से स्कूल खोलने का सोच रहे हैं आप? So one more person going to get that offer, a crazy offer. Don't miss it. Arvind, you have a network of two-way service. Yeah, Arvind, would love to know. Just chat with my manager. Akash will help. Just chat with him right now on WhatsApp. Just share your details. Click on this chat. I know this says about. Yeah, thank you, Akash. Okay, 10 years, 1 year, 5 years. Then I have a secondary question for all of you. Why haven't you opened a school so far? Why haven't you opened a school so far? लिखो लिखो chat में. You're all adults, grown up. Why haven't you opened school so far? Sagir, can you give your number? Sagir is based out of Odisha. To Mr. Prafula Sahu wants to know your number. Lack of funds, okay. Lack of planning, looking for a good brand, still doing a degree, money, not thought about it. Come on, सोचो ना क्यों नहीं खोला अभी तक? Lack of knowledge, lack of funds, okay. No land, lack of plan, okay. Competition, Sohail, okay. That's the competition means Sohail, या आपको डर लग रहा है कि पता नहीं मैं चला पाऊंगा या नहीं. So, okay. So what I'm seeing is, let me see. Okay. So what I can see is, what are the reasons that you're all saying is lack of money, right? Lack of knowledge. So you're scared that what if I lose my money? Competition bahut hai. How will I succeed? Yeah, Neeta says not confident if I can succeed or not. Right? So guide, and of course somebody says guidance required. Srinivasa Rao said lack of guidance. Anil said so no one to guide us, mentor. Also, that's the reason. Somebody saying, okay, I don't know. I'm still studying. So abhi padh rahi hu main. I'm doing my degree. I'm in a job. Factors beyond your control. And some of you are already running a school, so I know that. So this is what happens when you do something without proper training, because there's no training on how to run a school. So yeah, so lack of roads. And Mary, your husband is not confident. The same thing. You are not confident, or your husband is not confident. So you're running a school, but you feel now you need to do it properly. Okay, those of you who gave these reasons, these are your roadblocks. If I can remove these roadblocks today, right now, in front of your paths, will you be ready to start taking action towards opening your dream school? Yes or no in the chat box? Yes or no? If I can remove these roadblocks, lack of money, lack of knowledge, lack of motivation, whatever is missing in your life, would you write anything yes in the chat box? Come on, come on. Don't let the energy come down. Meanwhile, there's one more person who's going to get the offer. Go and click on that link, speak to my team, and don't miss this opportunity. 4 payments have already come through. You can see how fast this brand is growing. This is your opportunity. So yes, 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 yes. Come on, I don't chat in the chat box. Piraki, if it's profitable, you have to. Okay. So first of all, let me help you out then. You said yes. Do you all first of all agree you'll not get a more motivating session on opening a school than what you're hearing today? Never ever, right? So please stop being interested in opening a school. Don't be interested in opening a school now. It's been in your mind for 5 years, 10 years. Today, take one decision. Either drop the idea or become an action taker. Either way, drop the idea and start thinking about something where you will take action. If after a session like this, you're still not an action taker, then what is going to happen is you'll be 80 years old one day with nothing but regrets in your life. See, entrepreneurship is about jumping off the plane and making the parachute on the way down. Those of you say lack of knowledge, lack of guidance, there'll never be perfect knowledge. Even I'm learning. I read for 1 hour every day. I have coaches. I have my own coaches who are helping me out. There is nothing called perfection. Perfection is when people say, I interview people and they say, yes, I'm a perfectionist. I don't look at it as a positive attribute. It means you'll never be getting things done. Perfectionists never get anything done. So what happens is the perfectionist in you is saying it's not good enough. Who says that? If you ask any business owner that 10 years ago when you started a business, did you have any idea what you were doing? Most of them will say, I had no idea what I was doing when I started off. So that's what entrepreneurship is, my friend. You need to jump off the plane and make the parachute on the way down. And if you say, but I don't have the money, Then for 5 years, you've been interested in opening a school. You've still not raised the money. What's the plan now? Something has to change because the old plan before today's webinar was clearly is not working. उससे कुछ हुआ नहीं. Something has to change. In fact, someone has to change. Who is that? We have to change. So you need to change from being interested in opening a school to being passionate about the school project. From interested in just, I'm interested in opening a school, to this is what I've meant to do. And when you become that person who thinks about, dreams about your school all day and has a strong why, you will overcome it. That's what I started this webinar with. Get your why in place. If your why is strong, the how is easy. How to get money? The answers are there. I have made a video. There are lots of sources. When you become passionate about your school project, people will see the success in your eyes. They will see that this person really wants to open a school. You need to reach that level where if somebody asks you, how's your school project going? Your friend should go like this. अरे फिर शुरू हो जाएगा ये, फिर शुरू हो जाएगी, चुप नहीं होगी ये. That is what you need to be. When you are that passionate, whatever is missing in your life will start showing up because you want it desperately as your next breath. Somebody will introduce you to some other school owner in some other city. Somebody would introduce you to a partner. Somebody might introduce you to a banker. Your friends and family might give you a loan. One of your friends might join you as a partner. When they can see your success and determination, that's when things will happen. I have made more than, if you say lack of knowledge and I'm scared, I have more than 200 videos on my YouTube channel about opening a school. Go and watch them. What's the problem? Go and watch them up. And okay, here's my YouTube channel. If you join late, I did share this. So the knowledge is out there. There are hundreds of thousands of people who are running a school. Here's my YouTube channel. Go and click on that and you see how many subscribers you've got. 65, less than 30,000 subscribers. So the knowledge is there. The learning is already out there. So click on that, subscribe to my channel, learn from there. But don't be interested in opening a school, because when you start becoming passionate about your school project, that's when things will start changing in your life. Whatever is missing will start showing up and you will get the energy and power. I'm not saying open a school tomorrow itself. Open it next year, next to next year. Somebody said 5 years, that's okay. But at least start planning. This is my roadmap. Create that roadmap. Create a vision board of how your school is. Put a sign on that book poster in your room saying admissions closed, what you learned today. Put it inside your cupboard so that every morning when you open your cupboard to get ready, you see that poster. This is a dream I want. And that's how change will happen. That's how you'll be determined to open a school. Not by just being interested in something. Everyone's interested in having a nice house. Everyone's interested in having a nice car. Everyone is interested in making more money. But what are you going to do about it? So please, after today, either drop the idea to open a school or become passionate about it. That's what I can say. Shashikala says, what is the success rate in rural areas? Shashikala ma'am, it's very high in rural areas because parents don't have an option. And immediately when we go in with Chota Bhim's favorite school, there's instant recognition. Parents are so thankful. Now this school in Kupwara is a rural location. It's away from the city of Kupwara. And parents are so grateful that a system like that, one of the systems like Shemrock and Shemford is brought in that area at an affordable price which works in that area. So the good thing with education is there is no raw material cost. I don't have a basic cost that, okay, no, I can't give my education less than this. Our pricing is as low as 600 rupees to 10,000 rupees a month. I have fees in every fee point I'm charging. So, okay. I'm ready to open as I know there is your support and guarantee. Pinaki Paul, yes. The guarantee is my leads. See, I can give you inquiries. I can train you on how to market. I can train you on how to counsel. The last part of physically counseling the parent, that is yours. That's something, Mr. Pinaki, I cannot do myself. I hope you understand. That's why if that was also in my control, I would have told you admission guarantee. But I can't do that. How can I do that? If you're not doing a good job, I can give you the inquiries. It's like leading the horse, getting the water, leading the horse to the water, putting the horse in the bucket, his face. Now the drinking has to be done by you. Okay, any questions? Karim Nagar, any branch there? Praveen, any question? Branch in Karim Nagar? So Panaki, you can go and make the payment because we have one more person who getting that offer. So anybody still interested? So go and make the offer because we're going to be closing the offer very soon. As soon as the 5 payments we received, then it'll be the 6th one will not get the extra bonuses. Sir, I'm placing robotic lab in high school in Hyderabad at a very affordable price with a lot of new technology. Please know how I can get your help to educate kids about this technology in different schools. Faisal, chat with my team right now. Just we love to hear what you're doing. Praveen, another question from Kurnool. Akash, can you speak to Praveen if he's not here in the session? Pranjali, I've started a play school 2 months back, but facing problems for getting admission. Pranjali, that's why I tell people to do it the right way. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, I was showing this picture now. I didn't mean to make fun of it, but that's what happened. So my option is either what I can help you is you can take our franchise, or you can learn from my videos. See, Pranjali, let me tell you. And this question will come from a lot of people who are now running schools. They start asking me this question. Let me address this right now. So a lot of people ask me, sir, can you give me your software? Can you give me all these 13 softwares in one application? Can you give me your this support, that support? Can you give me your book sets? See, I don't know how to say this without sounding harsh. For me, the whole school sector is in 2 parts. One are my franchisees who are my responsibility. I have to make them successful, do whatever it takes to make them successful. That's one. And everybody else is my competition. I know this sounds harsh, but let me tell you where I'm coming from, Pranjali. In a way, people who paid the payment today, some of them did not even know me 3 hours back. And we are entering into a lifelong relationship. So they are really taking a leap of faith. They're trusting me right now. And if I give you my book sets and I have my own franchisee nearby, he will lose his edge if I give any part of my whole system to anybody outside the system. Will I make more money? Yes, I can. If I'm giving my services to other schools and say, okay, aapko kya chahiye? Do you want this? I'll give you this. You want this? You want my books? I'll give you my books. Will I make more money? I will. But that will be unfair to my franchisee. And sometimes people say, sir, but you don't have a franchise in my area. So don't worry, sir. Yes, aaj nahi hai. Do you see how fast we are growing? We just signed up 5 schools today itself in one webinar. Can you believe how fast I can grow now? I can just increase number of webinars, and every time if I sign up 5 new partners, how fast can we? I don't want to do more webinars because I want to grow at a manageable rate also. But that's how fast this brand is growing. So today I may not have a branch in your area, but very soon I will. So I need to protect my future franchisees. So all my system is mine. Everything else nothing is for competition. Yeah, you have the YouTube videos, you can watch them. That's my way of giving back to the community. But beyond that, you'll have to come to the system. And I don't, it sounds harsh when I say, oh no, you have to, I look at everybody else's competition. But if somebody's taking a leap of faith, paying us, I need to repay that trust. And that's all I can say, right? Okay, Fanella, can you share the email address and contact number to reach you while the process setting up my school? Fanella, you can chat with my team. Yes, right now. And Apeksha, yeah, trust and society. Apeksha, what is your question? You want to know the difference between trust and society? Okay, let me can I just share a quick video with you, which is in detail? And because if I speak, I have made a video. I think it's been uploaded. Yeah, this is a good one.
क्या आप स्कूल खोलने का सोच रहे हैं और सोच रहे हैं कि आपको अपने स्कूल में कौन सी संस्था में करना चाहिए? What should you choose? Trust या territories, 3 countries, opening 1 school every week. तो में ठीक गाइडेंस से आप चले. अगर बाद में कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आए, इसमें इंटरेस्टेड है तो नीचे दिए गए नंबर पे टीम एंड डेफिनेटली we'd love to welcome you to.
So I'll share this link with you. Is that fine? इस वीडियो को देख लो. This will be अपेक्षा. This will be I hope आपको हिंदी आती है. There's somebody called Zoom user. Please short information about pre-primary. ये question समझ नहीं आया. मैं मैं लगभग 2.5 घंटे से बात कर रहा हूँ स्कूल्स के बारे में. तो क्या क्वेश्चन है Zoom यूजर? Somebody says please short information about pre-primary. Okay, questions. Kangra, Neha, Aman. Aman, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am here, sir.
कांगड़ा के पास या कांगड़ा में मैम का क्वेश्चन आया, नेहा डोगरा मैम का.
कांगड़ा के पास सर हमारा स्कूल एक्चुअली हमारे स्कूल सर 4 स्कूल तो शिमला में ही है सर. और उसके अलावा यहाँ पे धर्मशाला में एक लोकेशन फाइनल हुआ है सर कांगड़ा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में.
और अभी एक और भी तो हुआ है, मंडी में हो रहा है ना शायद वो.
मंडी. यस यस सर. मंडी में यस सर वो फाइनल हो गया है. वो बस प्रॉपर्टी भी ऑलमोस्ट मिल ही चुका है.
कर रहे थे कि मंडी में सर प्रॉपर्टी फाइनलाइज करनी है.
यस सर. मंडी में प्रॉपर्टी मिल ही चुका है सर. वो भी बस उसको भी टोकन देना है.
ओके, सो उनकी ब्लॉकिंग हुई है, बस बाकी फ्रेंचाइज आगे का बढ़ेगा. अजय, ब्रांचेस इन कोहिमा.
Sir,
Ajay,
we do not have branches in Kohima. We are open for it.
Okay. Yeah. So, Zoom just the total investment area. How can we earn revenue in a pre-primary school? अच्छा, maybe आप late join किए होगे. Let me share this first. That's why I try and start this. This is the first important slide. इसमें कोई question है? There's somebody called Zoom user who's asking, and please change your chat settings to everyone. आप ना host and panelist से chat कर रहे हो, because otherwise people feel question कहाँ है, कौन पूछ रहा है question ये. अफसरा मलिक, you're from Shamli in Uttar Pradesh. अफसरा क्या question है? अपेक्षा, do we need a minimum registration strength for the registration of preschool? नहीं अपेक्षा, you can register even before when you have one child also. Any more? Let me see questions and Q&A. Let me go to the Q&A. How many branches in Dhaka? Joyanto? There's a question from our...
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Mr. Abu Basat said how many branches in...
Sir, we are having presently 2 branches, one in Tikatoli and the other in Uttara, Sector 5. We are going to open 2 more branches in Feni and Sobor.
Right, Mr. Abu, I hope that helps. Aman, Gurdaspur like question आया है. अमन अनम्यूट करो अपने आप को.
यस सर. यस सर. गुरदासपुर के पास सर अमृतसर में ब्रांचेस हैं सर. गुरदासपुर वी आर ओपन फॉर गुरदासपुर सर.
Okay. I don't have any experience idea, so instead how can I open a school? अफसर that's तभी तो आप franchise ले सकते हैं, because we are there to guide you. तो अगर आप guide करेंगे तो we can be there to we have many branches in UP में तो almost हर major city में branch है हमारा. Saurav says any branch in Bihar, in Patna. चलो सागिर बताओ.
Hello. Sir, we have 9 branches in Patna.
And Patna से बाहर how many branches?
We have total 20 plus branches in Bihar, sir. Begusarai to Mirganj, Muzaffarpur, Ara, Darbhanga, Katiyar, Nawada, Gopalganj, Bettiah. This is the area we have already covered, sir. We have 20 plus branches in Bihar only.
So Mr. Saurav, I hope मैंने answer कर दिया आपको. Pinaki says how much time we have to wait to earn at least 70,000 rupees in a month if I open a preschool this year. See Pinaki, depends on many different factors. जो depend होता है ये. It depends on where you're opening, how much investment you're doing, the kind of staff you're hiring. So there are many factors. So we've had, but you can assume first year में नहीं होगा 75,000 rupees profit, right? और first year में even if you break even, you're fine. That should be your target. कि पहले साल में if you don't even earn anything, that's good enough. But we try and get you to the positive cash flow as soon as possible. How much fees? How to decide the fees, Apeksha? Okay. There are a lot of questions coming, so let me see if I have a video on that. To decide the fees. I'm just doing Google search. My name.
हेलो
या ये लो, ये ना डिटेल में ले लो मेरे से. इफ आई वुड एक और वीडियो हाउ टू डिसाइड द फीस फॉर योर स्कूल, दिस इज समथिंग दैट विल हेल्प यू. इसको बुक मार्क कर लो अपेक्षा. इट विल बी बेटर, मतलब आई कैन आंसर दैट इफ यू हैव समथिंग इन स्पेसिफिक. एनी ब्रांच इन नालंदा एरिया? आई थिंक नालंदा, सौरभ, बिहार में पूछने. सागिर, नालंदा में ब्रांच है?
We have Stanford School, sir. Stanford Islampur.
इस्लामपुर.
Yeah, Nalanda we have.
Pinaki, Paul, Watson, Kolkata, Jayanto, where do we have branches? फतेहपुर में अमन नहीं है ब्रांच, मुझे मालूम होता तो.
Kolkata, sir, Kolkata, we have 10 branches.
क्विकली जितने याद हैं बता दो, जितने आपको याद
We
रहता.
have in Kerala, we have in Bhawanipur, we have in Garden Reach, then we have in Jadavpur, Thakurpukur, in Nimta, Belghoria, we have in Kestopur Airport.
Okay, thank you for that. So I think 4 payments have been confirmed. I can see that. Let me see. Last. Okay. So this is the one about if somebody wants to know how to decide the fees, because this is, it's quite long video मैंने बनाया है पूरा इसमें 10 minutes का है. Economy pricing, penetration strategy, discount pricing. There's a lot of options for you. One time low fee, bundling, pricing, price matching. कैमरा थोड़ा कलर्स वियर्ड आ रहे हैं फेस पे, बट प्रीमियम फीस. यस, एंड ऑफ कोर्स जॉइन माय वेबिनार व्हिच यू हैव डन. एनी ब्रांच इन रेवाड़ी? नहीं, वी डोंट हैव अ ब्रांच इन रेवाड़ी, मनीषी. Saurav, Islampur name is Shemford. It's a secondary school. Shemrock Cool Kids and Shemrock Diamonds. ये कौन सी branches है? Let me check. Cool Kids. अमन, ये कौन सी branches हैं? Shemrock Cool Kids. Do we have a branch there? Because some branches were there before COVID. जो COVID में.
Yes sir, that branch was there, Shemrock Cool Kids. वो actually close हो गई थी, rental property पे थी COVID में.
Okay, yeah. So
yes.
Sir, according to you, what should be the student-teacher ratio in a preschool? Apeksha, what the staff-student ratio is about 10:1. Staff means maid also, right? So that's a typical handle ho jate bacche. So initially what will happen is you have to hire 3 employees only, one teacher, one maid, one peon. As admissions keep happening, you'll hire more teachers, more maids. So typically maid plus teacher ratio 10:1 रहेगा बच्चों के साथ. Adult to child ratio is about 10:1. What is the minimum distance between 2 franchises? Mr. Gajendra, it depends on the density, the area. Sometimes I don't give for 5 kilometers in a play school also. Sometimes we give in 2 kilometers because अगर वहाँ से बच्चे नहीं आ रहे, there's a highway, if there's a industrial area in between, then we can open. For example, in Delhi we have 2 areas. One is Rohini and one is Pitampura. This is the outer ring road. इधर के बच्चे उधर जाते ही नहीं हैं. So then we can open. It doesn't make an impact to the franchisee. So as long as it doesn't impact the existing franchisee, we're okay with that. Can somebody contact me after the webinar? Saurav, you can chat with our team. IT support. Sagir, can you give your number to Mr. Saurav?
Sure.
Shemford Dimapur is our branch, yes. Afsar, I want to talk to you or provide any assistance. I want to know about. Trying to talk to you or provide any assistance. I want to know more about. आगे समझ नहीं आया. Afsar, you can just chat with my team. Is your branch in Kullu Manali? नहीं, अमिता, we don't have a branch. Kullu Manali में नहीं. अमन, कुल्लू में तो नहीं है ना? कुल्लू
नहीं सर, कुल्लू में नहीं है, मंडी में नई ब्रांच आ रही है सर. कुल्लू में नहीं, कुल्लू इज ओपन सर.
Okay. Krishna, franchise cost? Okay. This was let me share. So normal franchise fee is this. So if you're opening a play school, मैं assume करो 8 for Delhi NCR Jammu Dehradun Guwahati, और लेकिन locations बहुत कम available है. Other cities it's 5 lakh rupees, and as a webinar offer इसको हमने reduce किया है to no brainer offer of this one. So you can make the 10,000 rupees. One last person is going to get that amazing offer, and कौन सा पैकेज लेना है A to H you can decide later on. आप बाद में decide कर सकते हो. So if you feel if you doubt कि मेरे family members से मैंने बात नहीं करी or all that, see 80% if that is what is stopping you, 80% your family members will say wow बहुत अच्छा किया, अच्छा offer ले लिया. 20% they might say अरे ये क्या किया हो, you should not have paid, what have you done? Then take your money back. It's a zero risk guarantee. It's a return guarantee offer to you. So you can block this franchise fee, and plus first 5 people are going to also get some additional benefits. So that's a reduced fees. All these charges are waived off. The biggest one is this one. No franchise renewal fee. The franchise fees is going to be made for life. So all waived off. Training fees waived off. All this all waived off for the first 4 people have already taken this offer. 1 more person. Digital marketing course 2 lakh rupees per annum. Again, free of cost as long as you want. Keep attending it. Your launch on digital marketing online, our responsibility completely at my cost. All this printed material from the top 5 and 10,000 handbills, huge. All this posters, caps to impress parents. And what this also, the benefit you get is they are also like samples for you. And now when you want more copies, you can ask the head office for the price, or you can get them made locally also. So all these things will be like samplers also for you. So you can take our price, you can get them done locally also. Letterheads, visiting cards, everything you need will be given to you. Plus you get rights to use Chota Beam for 2 years. It's part of the webinar, which is worth 20 lakh rupees. Also, all the softwares you need to run a school, all 13 of them, plus backup of all your data as well. I will do all of this. We don't have to tie up with that, and it all works the single application. So, and of course, our teacher training program. This is something. If you're a school, you can opt for this. You can pay 1 lakh rupees per annum. If you want to take the teacher training program, this is one thing which you can take from our as a support. It's priced at 1 lakh rupees. You can pay 10,000 rupees right now. And you can, whenever you want to start the teacher training program from us, this is something we do for outside schools as well. But if you're taking a franchise, it will be given complimentary along with the franchise. So yeah, and of course, first 5 people I'll sit with you in the coming week and have a one-on-one session. I'll plan your school project. So all this adds up to about 40 lakh rupees over here. So if you add up all these benefits that you're getting, so if somebody says, give me 10 rupees, I'll give you 1,000 back. That's how good this offer is. So if you were thinking of a franchise, there's no reason why you should say, and it's a money back as well. So after a year, you decide, I don't want to move forward. Please take your money back. Your 10,000 rupees are 100% safe. See, I'm on all social media. I'm everywhere. So I can't give you a better offer than this. So I hope I've helped explain the offer. Let's see. Some more questions have come. संजय या तो कल आपसे सागिर बात कर लेंगे और आपको स्लाइड्स भी शेयर कर देंगे. Shiva says Kurnool is open or not? Yes, Shiva, Kurnool is open. Kumaresh Sundaraj in Bangalore, we have a number of schools in every kilometer. You just have to differentiate, Kumaresh. That's something I've been saying from the beginning as well. I'm sure you've not seen, if you've seen schools every 1 kilometer, have you seen anything like this? I'm sure not. So with this, so that's what. Don't come up with just another school. Yeah, Mr. Gajendra, you are in the top 5. You're top 5. Do we get the checklist even if you're not taking the franchise? Yeah, Apeksha, you'll get the checklist from us. Neha, how much money to open a preschool? Bracket mein G. So if you're taking this option, you go up. Where is it? Oh, yahan par tha, niche. Yeah. Option G, if you're going for, you can, if you want 200 leads from my side in 1 year, then it's 3.9 lakh rupees. If you want to go for the rural location, So this much plus 5-6 lakh rupees for 5-6 lakh rupees for infrastructure. And again, all my carpenters will come to you. They'll give you, so this includes this kind of this quality of infrastructure. This is what will be created for you: the classroom furniture, ACs, RO system, security, everything in that. Raza, what is the process of refund if not interested? So Mr. Raza will give you when you pay the 10,000 rupees, my managers will give the written proposal. They'll be in touch with you. You'll have the phone numbers of my team, including this one. One number is right here in this chat when you're chatting with them. So you will also meet me in a one-on-one session, and at any point you decide not to move forward, you can contact us in any manner you want. This is my let me give you my Instagram, and you can connect with me also. Here's my social media connects. Here's my Instagram, my Facebook, my LinkedIn profiles. You can drop me a message also, so it's fine. Anytime, any way you want to take your money back, your 10,000 rupees is 100% secure. Don't worry about that. I mean, if I was doing that, then I would have all kinds of nasty comments in the chats. I would not open my chats in a webinar. पता नहीं कौन क्या बोल जाए कि मेरे 10,000 रुपए नहीं दिए वापस. So yeah, Mr. Raza, I'm running 600 schools. There are about 60,000 children studying in my schools. So your 10,000 rupees are not important. I'm just here to look for right partners, people who are good learners. That's what I look for. So the day you decide if you want to be the last one, avail this offer, quickly go and make the payment. I just say there's nothing to lose in this agreement. Arvind, I made my current school so beautiful and safe, keeping in mind my kids are going to school. That's good to hear, Mr. Arvind. Good to hear that. And when kids come to school, they don't feel like to go back home, and big schools are not able to make them come to. Yeah. So that's a problem. So, in fact, our school song of Shemrock is "I get sad on a day when I can't go to Shemrock on a holiday." That's it's a philosophy we've been having since 1989, and unfortunately, that time play schools were not like this. Play schools were called preparatory schools because they were preparing children for interviews for formal schools. And we've taken the same joyful learning to our secondary school segment now. So when I go to my secondary schools, my 10+2 schools, the first question I ask the parents is, do your children enjoy coming to my school? It's always a loud yes. In fact, I went to one of our schools and there was a standing ovation on this question. And one parent said, sir, I got transferred 200 kilometers from my hometown. I got transferred. My children refused to move with me because you don't have a Shemford in that city. So now every day I travel 200 kilometers for work, and I only think of you, Mr. Arora, कि क्या school खोल दिया कि my children have chosen the school over me. So when you hear these stories, it gives you goosebumps, makes you want to give back more. So congratulations, Mr. Arvind, for doing that. Faisal says, what if we can't pay 10,000 rupees? Faisal, please talk to my team right now. अभी chat करो WhatsApp पे if you want to take advantage of this offer. And अभी आपके पास 10,000 account में नहीं है. My doubt is कि आप school खोल पाएंगे क्या? But again, chat with my team if there's something that I don't know what is the issue. Okay, so let's see who all are in the session. Somebody's raised a hand called ABC. ABC, क्या question है आपका? Amir Siddiqui, Abu Baset, Mr. Abu, you can pay by Bcash if you would like to open in Bangladesh. And just to share, in Bangladesh, the revenue share is not 15%, 85%, it's 10% in Bangladesh and 8% in the Gulf countries. Afsara Malik, any questions? Aman Mishra, Amita Raj, Amrita Shaw, Anil Jain, Anita Malhotra, Apeksha, Arif Oli, Arpit, Arun Panigrahi, Arvind Kapatkar, Arvind Kumar, Ashok Reddy, Chandrika Gala, Dipali Gupta, Dipen, Dr. Dipendu De, Faisal Numan, Farooq Ahmad Sheikh, Francis Xavier, Ganjendra Jaiswal, Galaxy F12, Glady Kezia, Gundeti Harish, Humera Kausar, Jayashri Vishwanath, Joshua, K. Prabhakar Reddy, Kalyan Pesala, Kavish, Singla, Kelevinu, Shuya, Krishna Kumaresh, Sundar, Mehboob Hussain, Those of you who are from Africa, let me show you an interesting video. Mahboob Hussain, Manish Taneja, Manjulata Verma, Mary Anbu Mani. Mary, did you get your husband to agree? Monia, Alim, Nandini, Neelam, Neetu, Neha, Nisha, Pranav, Pranjali, Prav Khan, Puneet Goyal, Rajneesh Kumar, Raza Sharif, Rohit Sharma, Shahid, Sandhya, Sanjay, Saurav, Savita, Shahnaz, Shalini, Shantaram, Shaima, Shubhangi, Siva Kumar, the two people with same name, Siva Kumar, Siva, Chivukula, Srinivasulu, Kuruvada, Srinivasa Rao, Suhail Khan, Surya Ji, Surya SR, Sweta Konduri, Tushar, Vaibhavi, Vidyashri, Vikas, and two people called Zoom. So questions. Meanwhile, let me show you. Can I show you a quick video from those of you from Africa? If you want to show you something interesting. Yeah. We've got some blocking amounts from Africa as well. So because you've just joined the Indian webinar, but
I'm so excited. I want to thank you. In fact, I'm praying for you. May God continue to enrich your knowledge and continue to make you bigger and bigger and bigger. Thank you so much. Bless you all the time. Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for all the efforts you've done